Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm Matty.
And I'm Lewis.
This is the Wigan Way, Wigan's favourite rugby league podcast.
He'll put you in his trap 'cause he's a union man. He's got it all figured out. He won't care what you think 'cause he's a northern man. He's allowed to speak his mind. His mind.
Matty, you're in the hot seat now.
Yeah, I don't know what this is now. I've just been sent to throw some darts for 5 minutes. I'm worried about what you two have cooked up. It's not a quiz, is it?
Quick fire. Winner stays on. Darryl Goulding, Cameron Phelps.
Oh, killing me. Darryl Goulding.
Darryl Goulding or Anthony Gelling?
Darryl Goulding.
Darryl Goulding or George Cormont.
George Carmont.
George Carmont or Don Manfredi?
George Carmont.
George Cormont or Dan Sargentson.
Even though you said it wrong, George
I know.
Carmont. George Carmont.
George Carmont or Joe Burgess?
Oh, definitely George.
George or Tom Davis.
I like Tom Davis. Still George, still.
George or Avas Miski?
Eats those for breakfast.
The new Teresa loves carting the egg.
Yeah, I think I'll still go with George for how classy he was, but Abbas definitely did like Cat of the Egg, still does.
George or testimonial man Liam Marshall.
Liam Marshall. Yeah, Liam Marshall.
Liam Marshall or Josh Charnley?
Marshall.
Right. Final one.
Okay.
Liam Marshall or Pat Richards.
Pat Richards.
There you go.
Pat
Winner stays on.
says-
Pat Richards wins.
Pat Richards.
Should we get into it now? Then?
Would you have chosen anybody different there? It's quite intense, that.
Yeah, obviously you didn't have to justify your reasoning.
Thing is, we had to stick with outside backs as well. Because you can't go like George Carmont or Ben Flower.
Yeah.
Like, do you know,
Yeah. So that's good. I like it.
This might be a running thing. This different positions.
Next week, do forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then do half backs.
I could see that. Could see that.
Introductory.
Right, let's get into it then.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
We're back.
Last time we recorded was before Christmas. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was before Christmas. We didn't put it out until after Christmas, but it was before Christmas, so it's been a while again, and it's kicking off in it now.
Well, obviously we're recording this on Monday the 2nd. We've just watched,
February.
Of February. We just watched the pre-season friendly yesterday. It's 6 days till the first competitive game of the season, the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, it is.
Everything seems to be like, it's now, isn't it? And we always
13
talk,
days till we're on the terrace at Weldon Road.
yeah. And we always talk about it, but that season is hard. And you get to the end of it, we went to the Ashes games and all that stuff, and you get to the end of it, and we were knackered of rugby. You need a bit of a break.
How good did it feel yesterday, though, in that ground? You've watched all these sports all winter, and nothing compares to seeing somebody cart the egg and get smashed.
Exactly. I was saying, I think I said it to you, Matty, like, got to like Christmas or whatever, and then you start thinking about it. And as soon as January, like, middle of January kicks in, you're back in work, you're like, new season's in a month. They've signed such and such a body.
Yeah, you start seeing squad numbers released and think, oh, they're outside 13.
The squad numbers released, or that you've not received your season ticket yet, or whatever's on Facebook.
Oh, we've got Castaway.
Castaway for the first game again. Yeah. So, should we start with some lookings at new signings? That's what keeps everyone going and brings on questions.
Yeah.
Lots of ins and outs. Should we start with the outs for Wigan?
Yeah, okay.
A few outs, obviously. Christian Wade has finished his contract. It was only a 6-month contract. Liam Byrne has joined Warrington, and Harvey Hill joined Hull FC. We saw him in action yesterday.
Yes, we did, yeah.
They went after him a little bit in defence. But hopefully he's a
Both of them have got, well, not Harvey, actually, because they've got some good props already at Hull FC, but they've both gone to be starting props.
Yeah. Jacob Douglas has gone to St Helens in return of what we're going to talk about next. Harvey Makin has done a season-long loan at Oldham, and so has Tyler Dupree to Toulouse.
Yeah, and there's another season-long loan.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a second. What do we make of the Dupree loan?
When it was announced, I wasn't very worried about it. It was in October half term, so it feels like 14 years ago.
Yes.
When it was announced, especially nearly at February half term. When it was announced, I thought, well, we've lost 2 props already. We are surely going to bring at least one in. It ended up being Oliver Wilson, and we were bringing Sam Esse back. And I thought, you know what, that's net neutral for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've since lost Wilson for a large portion of the season, if not all of it.
Basically, season done.
So then I have a different outlook on that all of a sudden, and think, well, we probably could use Tyler Dupree a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was strange that all 3 of them have been in this, like, Harvey Hill obviously was in and out a little bit, but they've all been in the 17. I think at some point, we're not talking about kids who are knocking on for game time. Maybe Harvey Hill and
Cooper as well left only a year prior as one of our mainstays in the pack as well. So.
Yeah. No, it was something we were talking about at the game yesterday. It's the price of success, isn't it? And if you're asking most Wigan fans who the top 3 forwards are, who the most important are, they're probably going to say Thompson, Havard, Ellis and Walters. I forgot about Ellis playing 13. But they're your 4 main middles. Hill and Byrne aren't going to get the starter money and the starting time that they probably deserve at Wigan. And we were aware of that when they went. Dupree's probably dropped down the pecking order in the last couple of months of last season.
He had, yeah.
And I wonder whether this is a case of it might just restart something and reignite something and get the best out of Tyler.
Well, all FC needed an upgrade to their pack. Harvey Hill is that. Warrington, they had a large hole in their pocket left by Paul Vaughan leaving for the price of a semi-detached house to York. So they could spend some big prop money on Liam Byrne. He deserves it.
Yeah.
He definitely deserves it.
No, you have no problem with that, do you? It's progression. They play at Wigan, they're getting themselves good, obviously. Again, it's like you say, price success, competition's hard for place. If they can go earn some money, it's a short career, isn't it? You can go and earn some money.
It's a big
starting
worry. Ireland don't play enough games, so he can't be an international as much as he deserves to be.
Yeah. Talking of some ins, you already mentioned one, Ollie Wilson, coming from Huddersfield. Unfortunately, picked up an injury. Probably will see him out for the season.
Yeah.
If we get a little bit of him at the end, it might be a bonus, but you don't know. Finn McMillan from Barrow.
Yeah, another flyer, similar to George Hurst. Come on, if you play well, you'll get game time, and if not, he's not very expensive.
Yeah. Sambu and Vaughan.
Yeah.
Winger, and then a centre/second rower.
I feel like we've spoken about these a lot because it was the never-ending transfer saga of 2025, wasn't it? Vaughan and Sambu. For Douglas, yeah. Very rare to see swaps within that area.
Yeah. And then finally, the big one that's happened post us recording our last episode.
Yeah.
Ollie Partington.
Yeah.
5-year deal. In the vice, going in the opposite direction, is Cruz Lehman on a season-long loan. The funny thing with this...
Say his name and he doesn't appear anymore because he's in the south of France.
Cruz Lehman.
Catalans needed a 9.
Catalans
they were absolutely crying out for a 9.
Was it Ben Garcia who had the 9 from the last year?
Yeah.
They're crying out for a 9.
And I've seen a lot of comments on this, and it's probably worth talking about now. Cruz Lehman brings something different. Cruz Lehman is a very good player.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see that Wigan have gone down the route of Brad O'Neill and Tom Forber. More for the steadiness.
Well, Brad O'Neill's our best defender as 9. Tom Forber's our best distributor as 9. And we've got money tied up in the rest of the spine. And so it feels like you are there to do those 2 jobs. as a 9 at Wigan.
Yeah, your job isn't, and we've spoken about it before, and I've got a little bit frustrated at times, and I know we all have.
Well, the whole I believe in Cruz Lehman thing started because
I didn't.
None of us did. None of us did believe in Cruz Lehman. He kept going a bit off script,
But that's it. That works at certain clubs. Darryl Clark did it at Warrington, where he ran his own script, and he's actually calmed down a little bit in the last few years, and now more measured.
turned himself into the most all-round
nine in
the comp, I think. Darryl Clark.
Danny Houghton was a little bit similar at Hull FC, where you have 9s that just pick you up and play what they say.
The most famous quintessential one is Brad Dwyer, let's be honest, because he is that mould.
Yeah, but see something, play it.
See something, play it, go for it.
But the problem at Wigan is you've got so much money in the spine with, without being funny, Field, French, Smith. My opinion, the best 1-6-7 in the league.
Play to that strength.
And
That's before I mentioned you got people like Wardle and Keegan on outside as well.
yeah, and you have to get them
centres.
the ball when they need it, when they want it.
Yeah.
That's Cruz Lehman's worst thing, the fact of the squad he's in. Like
It doesn't suit him,
people always say that, Wigan need a threat out of 9. I'm like, you don't. When you've got, like you say, Smith, Field and French out the back, they're your threat. Taking threat from 9 takes away from those guys.
The only time I ever want to see
they've
our
got to have the
9,
ball in the hands.
the only time I ever want to see our 9 running, realistically, is if there's no markers and it's an easy 10-metre grab.
Yeah,
Or-
you could barge over close to the line,
Yeah.
it's tackle too.
Or just to engage the first marker.
Yeah.
And then play and let your big money signings do the job.
There's a reason. I mean, think about the 9s that Wigan have had historically in our lifetime. The big ones being Michael McIlroy and Sam Powell, and now Brad O'Neill. Obviously, they are a certain style of 9, and that seems to be the Wigan style of 9. And for Brad, that seems to suit him. Lehman will always have our gratitude for what he did in the quad season when O'Neill was injured. He was brilliant. But the thing is, Forber was also brilliant in that year.
I'm going to say that.
Why people trust him for, but didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he didn't, shy away from giving him game time. He trusted him to go out and do a job, and he got big minutes, and obviously it shows. He's happy.
Played in the grand final.
Yeah, so I mean, he's happy to use him now and let Cruz go and say, so I'm quite happy sticking with O'Neill and Forber. I trust Forber to do the job.
Well, I'm going to say, I think that's sort of what proves our point with Lehman. That season where he had his best season at Wigan, the quad season, he massively improved after Brad got injured, and he became an 80-minute 9 where you can't have the same running threat. You can't keep running because you don't have the energy.
He played it more simple.
And he simplified his game, and that probably got the best out of him.
So we're all pretty happy with, well, not happy, but we're all okay with Cruz Lehman going away on season-long loan.
Yeah.
What about the reason was to bring in Oliver Partington? What about that?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think, again, when you're short, obviously you sign in prop forward, gets injured for the season. You've got to react to that. Like you say, you've lost Bird, you've lost Hill, you've lost Dupree. Someone who's coming in, like you said, then to make it net zero ends up getting injured. So you've got to respond and react. And Partington is a really good Super League standard player.
Yep.
Was he third most tackles in the league last year or something?
Well, he's always up there for the hitman. I liked it. I thought for this year it was fantastic signing. 5 years is a long time.
I'd say 5 years, I'm not too bothered about that length of contract. One, because they can end contracts if someone
They'll
wants
leave
him.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine him being on mega superstar money.
No, he won't be.
And, because again, we've had this discussion before. In the quad season and in the 2025 season, we've had a lot of game time out of Ellis, Thompson, Havard, a core of 4 or 5 props.
Yeah.
Cade Ellis, for example, and all them. And if I don't think Ollie Partington gets in our best 17 at the moment.
I think he does.
But my point is if he can play 20 games and you can rotate the rest of them and they only have to play 23, 24 rather than playing 33, it's a great signing for the squad. And I think that's just going to be the case of can you rotate players, can you do whatever. Mago never missed a game last year, did he? I think he might have missed one.
He's
I know he's short on
games played, but
I think it's good in a way. It offers you something different though as well. In the fact of it's a bit of if you want to rest Ellis or if you want to carry Partington on the bench and he can go into that ball playing 13.
I'd carry him on the bench.
I know Mago did a little bit of it, but I kind of don't really want him doing that. I want him just causing havoc. It's like, get on, you got 20 minutes. I want you to track 4 or 5 at a tackle, look for an offload. I want you to punch holes. I want you to get some tired bodies in and around the ruck when they're trying to tackle you and bring you to the floor, which seems impossible when you're trying to tackle Paddy Mago.
I think
I really want him thinking about doing fancy catches and goals and little +1s and stuff.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of that same mind. I don't think we've spoken about this before on the podcast, that we actually would prefer Mago to be as a prop rather than play as 13.
I think so.
And it was interesting yesterday that Partington did play 13 when he came on, having played prop while Ellis was still on, so he's played both. I would. The one thing that I thought when I saw him, particularly next to Matty Pete, was that he looks like he's slimmed down a lot.
Mago?
No, Partington.
Partington.
Yeah.
Partington, well, Mago has, by all accounts. But Partington looks like he's slimmed down quite a lot to almost where he doesn't look like a prop anymore.
Yeah.
And I wonder if... I mean, I was a huge Morgan Smithies fan. Still am. The way we use Morgan Smithies, sometimes prop, sometimes 13.
And play 60 minutes.
And play 60 minutes.
Tackle everything.
I liked that. I liked having that. And I've spoken before about that season we beat Catalan in the final. I actually think our squad might have been a little bit better than the season we beat Hull KR in the final. Because I liked Kai Pearce-Paul hybrid role. I liked the Smithies role. And if Partington could get to that, play that sort of role for us this year, I'd be a huge fan of that. I'd be really up for that, because I think if there's one player who's left in the last... Well, since Matty Pete's come in, he's changed practically the whole team, apart from a few players. If there's one player I'd have back tomorrow, it'd be Morgan Smithies.
Yeah.
Of all the players who've left, I think Morgan Smithies would be the one who improves the most. So if you can get Partington, I'm not saying get to that level, but what Smithies was doing then, because he was unbelievable. But you get to that sort of similar style player, come on, be it prop for 20 minutes. Ellis comes off, go 13 for 20 minutes. Ellis comes back on, you're done.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
I think
50 minutes overall, whatever.
The biggest thing that we've said is, we haven't actually said, but options. There are so many options now. I wouldn't be surprised if he played 20 minutes at second row, a little bit slimmer, run a line and do a job. We've now got a couple of options, and I think that's massive to what he brings.
There's two schools of thought, really. A lot of the old school guys don't like changing second rows, and don't like changing anyone from second row out. They don't like changing during a game. But I don't mind thinking, like, right, you're lining up against Junior December today, and then after 30 minutes of that, all of a sudden it's Sam Walters, and all of a sudden it's Oliver Partington, all of a sudden it's, Liam Farrell, and it just...
Because they all bring different challenges.
Yeah, I wouldn't say keep rotating them like that much, but you know what I mean, is there's different players bring a different sort of challenge.
It's funny you say that, because we have seen the two second rowers, Farrell and December, play either side.
Yeah.
Farrell made his name on the left.
Farrell played both, hasn't he?
But he
came through on the right, didn't he?
But it would be interesting, sometimes to see a switch. You spent all week thinking you're going to line up against Liam Farrell. You have to think about his runs and his lines. And so you've got December who's going to run over the top of you. It's a different change.
And then Walters is coming off the bench for either one of them. And I don't mind that idea. I think Walters could be a bit of an X factor for us this year. His hands for the first try on yesterday
That's a serious player.
Were fantastic. The options he had, where he come crashing into the line, took it really, really deep. It took it right into the teeth. And he's got Junior on a crash ball. He's got Field out the back with Wardle and Marshall outside that. And you think, that's unstoppable. That's genuinely unstoppable. I think he's playing off 2 passes. So he's already got width. And he's taking it deep into the line and then passing out the back. That's going to be really, really strong if he can get that going.
I just hope he stays fit. I'm just gutted I've not really seen him have a full season with us yet. Hasn't been plagued by a big injury, 10+ weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
If he can keep fit. I know obviously that stuff will happen throughout the course of the season, but I'm looking forward to see how he goes.
Yeah, really good. Should we have a look at a couple of the players that we've seen a little bit of a change from some of the pictures, and probably, to be fair, from the game yesterday, we've seen a little bit of change already.
Yeah.
One guy I want to start with, Zach Eckersley.
Beefed up, hasn't he?
He has beefed up, yeah.
He's been hitting the calories.
He's got
the Nutella on the go.
His protein.
So I think I saw an interview, so he's put about 5 kilos or something.
There's hundreds they go through hundreds of eggs every day, apparently, the Wigan Warriors team. The chef can't make eggs fast enough.
The chef eggs.
Not surprised.
And Tyler Dupree was worse for it, so he's got his egg counted down a bit.
It's got all the stinky changing that in it when they all start. Can you imagine that when they all start?
Well, they've got their sponsorship from the turmeric company. Their immune systems are in great shape. They've got good gut health.
There used to be a bloke who used to work on doors at a pub I worked in. He used to have like 20 eggs a day because he was into bodybuilding. And Jesus Christ, when he let them rip, he used to clear the pub out. It's like, you just burn your eyes. But anyway, he's big, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's put some size on.
I hope he's retained his pace. He must have done because he's
seen a video of him doing some box squats, weights piled up either side. Bear's not bending, you're pretending.
As our resident gym expert, sitting there in your Gymshark hoodie, what's that going to improve in his game?
What, the box squats? He's doing heavy box squats, so he'll be working on some like power acceleration, stuff like that, as well as obviously putting size and strength on.
So off the line
kind
speed,
of taking down. Yeah, because the idea with the box is you kind of stop on the bench and it's an explosive kind of move up, so it's a bit of power explosion. Some kind of plyometric work, but it's good. It's nice to see.
Are you open for gym sponsorship?
Yeah. If you are listening, Gymshark.
You know code the Wigan Way.
I like the pictures like that. Obviously, there was in Tenerife, weren't they, for the pre-season camp?
Yeah.
And obviously, it looked really good up to the facilities. Yeah, the lot was having a good time. But yeah, I think he can put some size. It's going to help his yardage carries, isn't it? If he's got the size, he's always been tall, and he's 6'1" or something in Eckersley.
That was always the one thing, wasn't it? When you talk of
like Miski versus Eckersley.
Miski always got in for me. Because of that 120, 130 metres that he'd get every week.
I think his defence as well, and you know, him and Kieran were such a good defensive partnership. Him and King eventually became a fantastic defensive partnership the year before. But 2 years before.
I just think that was the one thing I was always held back on with Eckersley regarding his physical.
Yeah, for me, I mean, Eckersley's versatility counted against him for me because I felt like he's back up in every position, and so you can't start him on the wing. And actually, I was wrong to think that because. Well, if he's our best winger, he should go on the wing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just like his versatility. I like how he can play in most positions. I'm in a similar camp with Eckersley than I am to Harry Robertson. If Harry Robertson can be a world-class centre, make him play centre the whole time. If Eckersley's going to be a fantastic
key winger,
keep him, on the wing.
Yeah. A couple of the guys who seem to have come back a little bit fitter than normal. Field and French. Field looks like he's put a little bit of size on. Bevan looks like he's match day ready. Normally he comes a little bit.
Field is, you're right to spot that. Field's definitely bigger. More robust he looks. Field's always a natural athlete. He always comes back in great shape, and obviously French hasn't done in the past due to one thing or another. Hasn't come back in fantastic shape and has taken a while to hit the ground running. And he was noticeably back early this year.
2 weeks earlier than normal.
2 weeks earlier than normal, and no, I think even more than that. Because I think it was 2 weeks earlier than he needed to be, and that was earlier than normal.
Yeah,
we do allow that. And people complain. We do allow those guys to come back later. That's one of the reasons they still play for us.
It's weighing up the pros and cons, isn't
exactly.
it? If we're being honest, the 2024 season when we had the World Cup Challenge early on, they came back. French had obviously put his size on to play 6
because he was going to play 6.
Field came back fresh as a daisy.
Yeah,
but that was high intensity from the start. The reason we can keep these two is because we do treat them right. We do realise how sickness affects people, and
all the comments come in when it's November and Brodie Croft's back in Leeds training. Oh, why aren't French and Field in training for Wigan or Ellis or whatever? But the reason they're not is the reason they still play for us.
Ultimately,
simple as that. And if you think about, we were having a conversation yesterday. This is going to be Bevan's 8th full season, 9th season at Wigan.
Testimonials.
In terms of imports, there's not many been here that long. The one who has, off the top of my head, Tommy Luluwai, is still here because, well, Darryl Goulding introduced him to his sister, which is one of the best things Darryl did for Wigan, even though he scored a lot of tries. But obviously that hasn't happened for Bevan, as far as we know.
Poor Darren Gould. It's all great stuff from Wigan, and we know him because he get Lulai off because he introduced him to his sister. No, I get what you mean though. It's it's loyalty, isn't it?
It's a long time.
Obviously it's good to see, especially with the superstars like that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some players will come and go get a gig back in the NRL or get a bit homesick. There's been a lot of obviously kind of Bevan, can he do it in the NRL? Could he go back? Bit of speculation. The fact we've managed to keep hold of, he's stuck with us for nearly 10 years now. Is a good.
Definitely. I'm going to add to that as well. They've always performed. It's not like they've come back and then had a poor 10, 15
Neither
weeks.
of them two have ever had a poor season for Wigan.
So you trust that they come back and get it right. If they weren't performing, if they had a poor season, things might change. But I think it goes.
How mad was it that we had him on wing? Bevan French on the wing.
Yeah.
The most electrifying player in the comp. We had him on the wing.
Well, I actually listened to a podcast the other day. I can't remember who it was talking about the top 5 players in there, and they said, he's been a halfback now for many years. And then I had to remind myself, he'd only played 6 for us for 2 full seasons and about 10 games.
Well,
In 2023, he played 10 games maybe.
Cost's injury in the Challenge Cup final in 2022, he didn't move to 6 then, did he?
No, not immediately. No.
Field did. So it was Cost's next injury in 2023 that saw French move to...
Well, no, because we put Field there.
Oh, yeah.
And French went to 1.
Yeah.
But it took us 5 weeks to move French there. It was after Magic.
Got battered by Catalan, didn't we?
Yeah.
Smoked at Magic by Catalan, and then we got beat at Saints.
And they came that change then.
And it was like, yeah.
So he's only done 2 and a bit seasons there, out of 8 that he's been at Wigan. As a winger, then a full-back, and then back on wing.
Yeah, dream team in 3 positions.
Phenomenal.
Stick him at loose forward, he'd probably make it there as well.
Yeah. So, a couple of noticeable things that I wanted to mention from Sunday's game.
What you saw?
Yeah. The wingers, the centres, all they look fit again. Jake Wardle mainly
Wardle looked really good.
looked back to his best. Looked like he wasn't carrying an injury. Was aggressive.
He's
in
not
the
played
line.
since Everton test.
Yeah.
So he's obviously had a long time to recover from that. He looked fantastic. There's a couple didn't play. Smith didn't play. Brown O'Neill didn't play because he's banned. So then that's...
I've heard Smith is kind of a bit of a knock, isn't he?
He's had surgery on his wrist.
Is that what it is? Yeah, he's got.
So I think he misses this week. I think he might miss Castleford, but should be back around then.
Interesting how the game developed without him.
I love Bevan French. I love Jack Farrimond. I think they're great players. Harry Smith is the best 7.
I don't think they can play together.
Harry Smith is the best 7.
Yeah.
And I think he's the best 7 in the league, for 1.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I'm trying to think who else.
You can't seem like Lam was a 6. I don't even think he's a 7, really. He wears 7, but I don't think he's
I think he's a 6.
Yeah.
Because that's the way he plays.
He's the only one I would say, because I'm a huge fan of Lam.
And then I'm just thinking about who's at thingy. Obviously Hastings has come to Saints, and we'll talk about their signings.
Maybe. Hastings was there yesterday, I saw him.
Yeah.
Hastings, maybe. We'll see how good he is, because it's been a long time since we've properly seen him.
But they're all the players coming back, and Lewis Dodd that you're talking about, things like that. You're not. For me, Harry Smith was the best 7 in the league last year. He's the best England number 7 because he manages a game better than anyone else in this comp.
While we're on 7s, very interesting, Lewis Dodd extended his contract before he's even played a game.
I was going to say that till we went and talked about
That's
it.
unusual, isn't it? I can't imagine that's happened many times. You sign for a place for 12 months and then you decide already before you even play a match that you're going to extend. There's no deadlines. Well, there is a deadline, but it's not for ages.
So I wonder whether it's because you're a free agent. You can start talking 1 year before your contract ends.
Yeah.
You've only got a 1 year contract. You can start talking straight away.
Yeah.
Must be impressive in trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be. Well, we've got some desperate for a 7. Catalan are just desperate for it.
For now, and a spine.
A spine, basically, yeah. But they've got
Toby Sexton.
Guillermo.
Yeah. Guillermo has been up.
They've got Sexton as well. That's a spine.
Sexton.
All of a
He's
sudden.
going back into
That
Sexton.
spine. Yeah, not this year though.
So he's back next year.
But that spine last year was horrendous for Catalan. And this year it looks alright. I mean, they might not get gel together, but
Sexton,
Guillermo, Sexton,
Dodd.
Dodd and Cruz. That seems to be that screams to me like a decent Catalan spine.
Yeah. Couple more from...
Except none of them 45. Which is normally what Catalan do in the spine.
I'm sure Sam could play a game or two. Yeah. Couple more things from the game before we take a quick break. Tom Forber. I think this was the first thing you said to me, Matty.
How good was Tom Forber?
Yeah. 70 minutes, working in the middle, smashed Liggy Sow a couple of times.
He did put a big shot on Liggy Sow when he had a big run up.
Really good defence.
Good to see Liggy Sow actually back playing strong because it was such a bad injury against us. And I remember it was Tyler Dupree, wasn't it, that he was trying to tackle? He was trying to tackle Tyler Dupree, and Dupree was worried.
Yeah.
So it was good to see him back.
I believe in Tom Forber.
I do believe in Tom
That's
Forber.
the new one,
Matty Pete obviously believes in him, so I do.
Yeah.
But that's like what I've seen from Forber. When he first came in, and when Brad was injured, and I thought he was unlucky last year not to get a goal. Obviously, he broke his wrist, didn't he, or his hand or something. I feel like towards the back end of last season, I would have quite liked to have seen him get a run out there on the bench to see him and Brad together. But the injury took that away from us.
A couple of more to talk about. I'm not going to really talk about the middles. I don't think we saw anything different from Thompson, Ellis, Partington,
Aside
Walters.
from that pass by Walters.
Aside from that, we've already discussed. But good to get 40, 50 minutes in all of them. I'm glad we didn't just take him off at half time. We kept him out there a little bit.
Yeah.
Good run out for December. Farrell, 40 minutes. But I do want to discuss a couple of the young lads that came on. We ended up seeing Taylor Kerr play a little bit at 9 and going to 13. Lucas Mason and Chan went into the second rows. We saw a complete back change when we Noah Hodgkinson went to full back.
Nathan Lowe, George O'Loughlin, Johnny Vaughan, Deon Sambu became our back five.
So I think who went into when they took French off.
They had a new young lad. I didn't know him.
Yeah,
the one who played the most was Cian McDermott. He came on in the first half at prop to replace Walters, and then came back on, I believe, at second row.
No, he went straight to prop.
So first time he went straight to prop, definitely.
Yeah.
And then when the second half started, Walters was back on at second row.
Yeah.
Having started at prop. And what Farrell was off. And then McDermott came on for Walters, maybe?
Yeah, but he brought someone else on. He went into second row.
So McDermott played purely as a prop the whole game. See, he's another one who is a similar build to Havard when he was that age. And if he can fill out like Havard did...
I was impressed by him.
Then I'll be very impressed. And he looked like a really talented player.
I was impressed because I almost didn't notice him. He didn't make any mistakes. He didn't stand out as a weak link in defence. He made his tackles, got back, kick chase was good. He just slotted in. And I think that's arguably the biggest compliment.
My dad noticed something. He said that Cruz Lehman's kick pressure was replaced immediately by Partington.
Yes.
So nobody else is being asked to take on that role.
When appropriate. And
obviously Brad does that when he's for the start of the game.
It's that 9, it's that 13. I don't think we're going to ask Tom Forber to do it when he's playing 70 minutes, 80 minutes by himself. But yeah, really good to see a few faces out. Obviously, Havard, we didn't see that week, tonsillitis. Be interesting to see if we see him next week. Brad O'Neill will obviously play in the Challenge Cup game to get some minutes into him.
Brad O'Neill, is he back from suspension? Does North Wales Crusaders count as one of his games?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Should have just put England games as his suspension. Just when everyone used to do that. England's squad was 45 men because all suspended lads wanted to get the week off.
Yeah. It's interesting. One of the things I didn't notice, and I wanted to talk about this, my concern, and it's my only concern in the squad, is I think Walters is playing prop. I think he's our third best prop forward behind Thompson and Havard. And for that, if we were to pick up an injury in the second row, I'm not a fan of making someone weaker to fix a problem. So it was interesting to see Lucas Mason and Chan play in the second row.
Yeah, that's one where you're thinking will probably be a bit light, isn't it?
Chan's expensive compared to them others, though. So you think he's He's quite a bit older than all the rest of them. He should be the one that fills in if there's an injury.
That's what I think, and that's what I hope.
But in game, I don't think you should have I don't think you should carry him on the bench just
No,
in game.
no.
I think you should use Walters as your third, second rower in the game. And,
So do I.
And then if there's an injury, then you don't have to worry about Walters.
That's sort of what I was getting at. Obviously, if it happens in game, we can deal with it because we've got Walters. But long term, I wouldn't want to see Walters out there for 5 games and then bring a young prop in. So I'm quite happy to see them. Lucas Mason looks really good.
I'm optimistic. I do think we are in danger. We're in risk of an injury crisis because our 20 to 30 isn't as strong as it has been.
It's what happens with success.
But that's a successful team in a salary cap sport. That's the problem. And we've spoken about salary cap before. That's the problem with it.
Without being funny though, we were sat here.
Punished for your own success, really.
Our academy's never let us down though.
It's not.
Got to
You're
remember
right.
that.
It's not.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. It was the quad year, wasn't it, that we were sat there, and Willie actually gets injured at Castleford, and we're all a little bit. Oh well,
That was gross.
Yeah. Oh, it was an awful injury.
His
That
leg was the wrong way.
it was right in front of us.
His foot was the wrong direction.
But the point was, we were like, well, we don't really know. We've seen him do all right in 5 or 6 games, but he's not played loads, whatever.
Good point.
And then we discovered that someone can fill in there. Did it with Smithies with injuries and
Yeah.
been there before. And them young lads, if an injury is picked
Forget
up,
how young Morgan Smithies was.
Yeah.
And Partington, very, very young.
Brad Singleton was so useful that year, without being funny. When we were
I
bringing
thought
up,
you were going to say Brad Singleton was young.
no. But when we brought all them young lads in, how important Singleton was to just protect them. And,
Yeah, he was.
But my point is if they do get a chance, they're going to have to take it, or they won't be a Wigan player.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
They know that that's the standard. They know what's expected of them. They know what the role is if they play. They've done it for the last 5 years as kids.
Mm.
Right. Should we take a break there?
Yeah, I think so.
When we come back, we're going to have a chat about the rest of Super League. So, we asked out on our social media on Twitter, or X, as it now is, for a couple of thoughts on what people were thinking of this new season. And we got a great few posts and a couple of comments obviously talking about how this means the winter's ending. First rugby podcast and all that. But I talk about the thoughts on the whole game, how the players are looking. I think we've discussed that mainly.
Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
I think the big thing is minutes and legs into it and getting people fit and ready for the season.
You can never read too much into pre-season.
Yeah.
I remember that we lost pre-season last year. Well, we were losing and the lights kept going off at Wakefield. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Stephen Radcliffe made a really good point. And he said, on the subject of match scheduling, I wonder if we have as much sway with the RFL as we once did. There's a far greater spread of kick-off times, and we have no Friday night home games until May, despite that being the best night of hospitality. But he then also added that's good for the game if it means there's fewer clashes overall.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I suppose we need to get to a position as a game where we're not reliant on fans in the stadium, number of fans in the stadium. Obviously, that would be nice, and it does lead to a greater product. But if that's your biggest source of income, that isn't the biggest source of income for any of the big leagues in the world across all different sports, TV audiences. So if we can spread those out a bit more and perhaps get more of a TV audience while still enticing people to come in through the gates and still putting on a good spectacle and a good making it a good night to come out. But yeah, like you said there, it's unusual not to have any Friday night home games.
For a while, we've got a few Thursdays, haven't we?
Well, Hull KR away is on Thursday, which is an absolute pain because that was one of the best away days last year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Saturdays which in the summer doesn't sit well with us because it clashes with cricket.
Yeah. Carl Rimmer said that the narrative that we are weaker...
Is that all we're saying on that? We're just saying we agree with him. He asked us to talk about it.
Yeah, well, he's right. I don't think we have the sway. I don't think we have as much control. Obviously, I think the big thing still plays around football.
That might be a good thing, though.
But I think it's a good thing.
The fact that the clubs don't have as much say might be a good thing. If that is what it is, I might not be.
I know as a personal point of view, if I'm sat at home doing nothing and there's a rugby league match on, I'm putting that on over anything.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, just because I like watching rugby league. And I suspect that's for the majority of Wigan fans, the majority of Saints fans, the majority of Warrington fans. So when we have all these clashes, it does take eyes off the game. And we've seen it before when there's good games on at the same time, whatever. And I do sort of walk away and go, well, I didn't get to watch that.
Yeah, I would have liked to have watched that Catalan against Leeds game, but I didn't because I was watching Warrington and Lee.
Here's one thing. This is one that could go out in the Twitter sphere, or whatever it's called now on X. Not discount your cricket. That's not a factor. And you're not watching on TV, you go into the stadium. You got Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon. No, I know some can fall on Saturday night sometimes, but normally it's those. What's your favourite one to attend at the stadium?
I would hate it if they were all the same.
Friday night.
No, if they were all Friday night, I wouldn't. I like a Saturday afternoon, but I wouldn't want it to be every Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And I like a Sunday afternoon. It's a rarity. A Sunday 1 o'clock when it's rare.
Do you like a Sunday afternoon?
I do.
Or Sunday 3 o'clock as well, I think.
Quite like a
morning, get your jobs done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll go to church for me,
whatever, yeah.
Go straight from church, try and get to the game,
and then
go for tea afterwards.
You've got, a bit of
eating Wetherspoons at like 1 o'clock.
Bit of lunch in spoons, 1 o'clock, half 1, put you on.
Get the microwave on, phone up spoons and get the microwave on.
I don't have a Thursday because I think it breaks your week up as well. You're not waiting for the Friday, you've actually got something on the Thursday night before. You know what I mean? It can't. I know it's obviously, it is still the back end of the week, you don't fall in the middle, but
home game on
sometimes
Thursday,
you're in work waiting for the weekend, whereas a Thursday actually gives you something that's not the weekend.
The Friday at work, if you've won on the Thursday at home particularly, it's a nice Friday at work then, isn't it?
Yeah. I think the point's right. All of them are good for different reasons. If you're asking me for my favourite, a big game.
I think Friday night,
game on a Friday night.
That is my
big
favourite.
game.
For a big game on a Friday night, that's my favourite.
Big games, playing Warrington, playing Saints, playing Hull KR. Happy Friday nights.
Yeah, I like the big games on Friday nights.
Good point. Big game Friday night. Nice little relaxing Wakefield at home on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Wakefield, it's not a big game.
But I want to go back to his last point. Good if it means it's fewer clashes overall. I think it's better for the game.
And good if it means clubs aren't dictating everything anymore.
Yes. Yeah. Carl Rimmer said, the narrative that we are weaker than last season, I don't see it personally. I'd say we are starting the season far more healthier regarding players being out long term, only Ollie Wilson, and have more versatility. Vitality. Blast.
And versatility.
Versatility.
Who was out long term at the start of last season?
Walters.
No,
Brad was going back with his ACL.
Yeah, Brad.
Havard wasn't fit.
Yeah, Miskey
Was
start the season. Yeah, maybe he's right. I do think that squad wise, I think we are potentially a bit weaker. Obviously, we lost 3 forwards and we brought one in.
I think it's different, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We don't know if Sam Esse is going to go.
We had more players who were household names last year.
Yeah,
but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
I think there's a lot of unknowns, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's a lot of unknowns. Let's see how Sam Esse runs out, you know what I mean? Because he'll probably have a good couple of games this season.
See how Partington fills in.
Let's see how Partington fills in there and does a job for us. And
how does Keaton McDermott come
Exactly, maybe one of these is going to take the bull by the horns here and become first team regular.
I don't necessarily say we're weaker. I agree with everything else that he said. We are more healthy. Only Ollie Wilson really out long term. Havard's got his tonsillitis, but apart from that, there's nothing really there. Is there injury? Yeah, it can take anyone out at any time.
You need to take his tonsils out. It's like getting tonsillitis.
I do agree that we've possibly got some more versatility in the squad. Obviously, Partington can play a number of roles. Ellis can play a number of roles. Walters.
There's a lot more utility players. I was writing them down this morning. There's a lot more utility players like Vaughan, Sambu.
Yeah,
a lot of the young lads are they still don't know the best position yet, so they are utility players. Yeah, Sam Walters is a utility, kind of now.
I think it will be perceived as weaker by other clubs. I think for us, it's
no.
If we're saying we've lost 3 in Hilburn and Dupree
and Lehman.
I was going for the 3 middles because he's obviously replaced Lehman with Forber.
Okay.
The 3 middles, I think we've replaced them in Esse. Replaced them in
Partington.
And I think there's a question mark on the 3rd.
Yeah. But also, Dupree didn't play that much anyway. So.
Dupree and Hill probably take up for one player.
Yeah. You just can't have loads of injuries in that forward pack.
So I think there's a few more question marks than.
Yeah. Interesting question though.
Yeah, and then we got a comment that sort of. What's the word? Grandma gears. Might be the right word. Frustrating.
Like Peter Griffin thinks that grandma gears.
Yeah.
What with the grandma gears?
That's quality, then.
So it wasn't the first part of this conversation. It was the first part started off with possibly struggling for an explosive forward to come off the bench. Mago just doesn't seem to have it unless under instructions. It's like we don't believe in an offload.
Sam Walters is an explosive forward to come off the bench.
Yes. I don't. The Mago's had to slim down a little bit, get better a little bit defensively. But how often do we see offloads not work?
Mago's down to 120 kilos, by the way.
From?
I don't know, but...
I was going to say, if it's from 121, it's not that impressive. But I do think there's been a little bit of slimming down, physically being better. The offload thing...
I don't mind an offload, but, good teams don't throw loads.
Look, good teams don't build the whole attack off an offload. And then this was a little bit that I disagree with, and I want to discuss really quite a little bit.
Okay.
He said, I thought the game yesterday was a ball fest apart from Field. Well, Field's, in my opinion, in the top three players.
Good job we got Field then, innit?
Yeah, I think he's in the top three players in the comp.
It was also pre-season and they kept changing all the players. But
yeah.
I know what he means there. It was very methodical.
Yeah, but he then said we need to be better than set-for-set rugby. Well, set-for-set rugby won us the quad in 2024. Set-for-set rugby got us second in the league last year. It was the grand final in 2023. And what I'm going to say about this game is I don't think we were set-for-set enough.
There's nothing, if you're good at set-for-set rugby, there's nothing better than just dominating with 5 drives and a deep kick and then pin them deep and keep them there.
And you know what?
But what does that look like?
Well,
being better than set-for-set rugby? What, just scoring off every play? Because that's just not a realistic goal, is it? Do you know what I mean? What does that look like to be better
I guess
than set-for-set
in the past
rugby?
we've maybe struck from deep quite a lot and opened people up from deep a bit more, but we did a fair bit of that last year. I think in rugby league you've got to go set-for-set.
How many times do we play a game and the opposition launch the ball around in their own 20 and they make a half break and one of us three turns to each other and just says, well, if they're doing that in first 10 minutes, they can't win this game. Because you might get away with it once, but consistently trying to score from your own 20 and throw a ball around and play, get it to wingers and do this, it doesn't work.
You need territory in rugby league. You desperately need territory. You can win without it, but it's very tricky. You need an excellent kicking game to win without it.
Best player in the world, Nathan Cleary. What does he do most for Penrith? Just gets them in the right place, and then they can play.
Also, everyone always bangs on about his 40-20s. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because it matters.
Because it matters to get good ball.
Yeah. And Penrith won 4 grand finals back-to-back. 5. They didn't throw it around in their own half.
No,
they didn't
win 5.
They won 4.
They lost the first one and the last one, so they won 4 in the middle of 6.
Yes.
Didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, they didn't get to the last one.
But they didn't.
They lost 1, then won 4.
But they didn't do that by giving up easy ball in their own half. And all this about throw it around and let's be more creative. I just know I'm going to be sat at a game or stood at a game and we'll make a knock on in our own half. And everyone will complain.
There's a reason that the washing machine has existed for however many years rugby league's existed.
Yeah.
That needs to happen. If there were a team that had cracked the code and could score without the washing machine, then
everyone would do it.
And you know what I mean, the washing machine, that's what they call the time where the game swings backwards and forwards with territory, where it's 5 drives and 5... It's set-for-set, basically. That's what they call it, the washing machine. So there's no way around it.
Where we sit at the DW, obviously, or the brick now, sorry, about 35 metres, roughly.
And we're on the 30 line.
I know, after 10-15 minutes, I'm thinking, which way have I spent most of this game looking?
Yep.
And they're on top. And that's the game.
Yeah.
And once you get that field position, then put your points on.
Yeah? I can understand the criticism if we were getting down there and not scoring, if we're getting to the red area and not scoring. I can understand that as a criticism. And that is obviously something that would need to be looked at if that's the problem we had. But if you're going to go set for set, well, you just have to. That's the rules, isn't it? That's how you play rugby league.
Yeah.
There's no way around that washing machine.
But once you get down there, how you do it, we play off structure with flair spread around that.
And try and get tackled on a post and
But
get them numbered up wrong.
if we want to throw the ball around, that's fine. But when it doesn't work, you can't then criticise them. The structures work because...
Now, you need to earn the right to play. Matty Pete's big on that.
Yeah.
You need to earn the right to throw an offload.
Talks about cheating the game and all, doesn't it?
You need
Doesn't
to
mean cheating. It means
short,
trying to take shots.
Short kickoffs and throw offloads in your own 20. It's not how it's done. You earn the right to play nice rugby. And you earn the right by getting the ball in good areas.
I always think this. I don't think I've said it on the podcast. That wins you a game. It doesn't win you a competition. It doesn't win you a league.
I don't think it wins you a game.
It might do. You might just have a day where everything...
You might win
hits
5
your
minutes a game,
but it can't win you a league. They're the last team that's done it. How? Let's be honest. How boring were we when we won our 2 grand finals? 1 try apiece in them.
Very boring. Saints were very boring.
HPR weren't exciting.
Nick Armour or Hurrell. Leeds ground you down and kicked you off the park and had a moment of magic.
And every team that's come to play rugby and be exciting has lost at the grand final.
I can't remember many teams doing that and getting to the grand final.
Could argue Salford.
Yeah, but they played very workmanlike rugby that year.
They did. Castleford.
Yeah, Castleford.
But they still had Luke Gale kicking them around park.
Yeah, true. And they still had a good, strong pack of forwards to lay on the platform.
It doesn't get you grand finals. Right.
No team's ever made grand final with a good pack.
No.
Definitely not won it later one.
No. Right. We'll take a quick break there. When we come back, we're going to talk about the signings of Super League. So, we're going to go through each team. We're going to talk about who they brought in, who's the big ins. I can't go through all the outs, obviously, with all the new teams as well. But I'm just going to throw some names at you. I want you to tell me who you think are the big signings. What's the major thing, and then we'll go through our predictions later. Where you give me a thought on the team generally. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Right.
Fine, yeah.
Bradford Bulls, loads of ins. Basically,
They've signed a new team.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with mainly the big names. I'm gonna miss some players out here. Andy Ackers, Rowan Milnes, Ethan Ryan, Jaden Nicarima, Arib Doro, Logan Lewis, Connor Wynn. Was it Wallington?
No, Hull FC.
Hull FC. Oh. Ed Chamberlain, Caleb Aiken, Dan Russell from Warrington, Ryan Sutton, Joe Mellor, Eason Masters, and Leon Ruan are the main ins there. I've missed a couple out as well, but
To say they're competing with 2 other clubs who've been not a bad roster to put together if you're a promoted side. If they were the only team who'd come up and we looked at that, we'd go, oh, that's not a bad squad.
yeah. But they've already made some signings ready for Super League last year.
Yeah, I mean they've got Wonga Blake and Eason Masters in the centres. Ethan Ryan and Jaden Ockenbaugh on the wings. So they've got a lot of Super League experience through the 3/4 line there.
Even forward, Sutton. Looking forward to seeing
Well,
him
in that
back.
front row.
See him, and then they just signed Darrow from OKR,
Sutton-
didn't he? He looked quite...
Ryan Sutton, Andy Ackers, and Logan Lewis as a front row, and then you've got Doro you can roll on.
I'm going to break my own rule already. Wish they could have got another year out of Chris Hill.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but then
I think
it's
it
tough.
would have been really handy.
It's tough. I mean, if they were coming up to Super League earlier, they probably would have kept George Flanagan.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I'm going to go over to Castleford. Okay. Loads of ins and loads of outs again.
Yeah.
With the ins, Brock Griant from the new Newcastle Knights, Blake Taff, Mikhail Ravawala, Semi Valame, Jordan Lane, Jack Ashworth, Renner for Tony, Liam Hood.
Lewis. Jack Ashworth.
What was I up to then? Darnell McIntosh, Tom Weaver from the Gold Coast Titans, not aware of him. A couple more, and then from the West Tigers, Christian
Yeah, good luck with that one. I know that.
Papa Lange.
That's not so far off.
I'll take that as a win. I think they've lost some big names.
All they've just got is big backs. It's like Radford's back in charge.
It's Chris Radford.
Get big backs, Come on, get fired up on casting the egg.
Good big and beats a good little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's some good signs though.
To say they've already known they were going to be in Super League this whole time, is that a miles better squad than what they had last year?
Blake Taff for
Sexy Tex.
Sexy Tex.
Yeah,
Sexy
I think when you look at the routes,
They've got them two big, massive 18-wheelers on the wing now.
yeah, they've
Follow
lost
me,
Liam
Ronald.
Horn to Lee, Innis Senior to Lee. Jeremiah Simberkin.
Seniors.
Yeah, Josh.
Well, you like Jeremiah Simberkin.
I do,
You
yeah.
put one shot on somebody and you liked him forever, don't you?
Yeah, I'm not certain I might ruin what I'm going to say next. I don't know how much better that squad is than some of the promoted teams.
Is that better than Bradford's squad? We might do a poll actually on that
Yeah.
tomorrow. We might put a poll out.
Yeah.
Who's got a better squad, Cass or Bradford?
Yeah.
Because the Cass fans are expectant. They sat through all that from Chris Chester last year, knowing they were going to get a new coach. They are expecting good things. They're expecting mid-table, from what I've seen.
Should we
that
not ruin that before we
It's a mid-table squad. I don't
do
know.
our predictions? We saved that for the predictions.
Okay, yeah.
Right, Catalans. Another team bringing a load of players in, and you're going to have to apologise for some of my attempts at names.
Why are
here.
you reading the names? Give it here.
I'll give this a good go here.
Solomon Afar Tapi. You would not.
I'd have
You
got
would have
that.
called him Simon Jones. You. Harvey Wilson. That's a difficult one.
I'd have got Harvey Wilson. Just about. But Toby Sexton, Solomon Vartape, Harvey Wilson, Josh Allen, Zach Lipowski from the Penrith Panthers, Isaac Fasamawale, Charlie Staines. Was Charlie Staines the one who ripped his pancreas open or something?
Yeah, it was.
Did he land on the corner post?
No, what was it? Yeah, it was on the corner post. What was it that he did? It wasn't his abdomen.
Something bad. It was something
It
mental.
was like his punctured liver or something.
Yeah.
It was really, really awful. But
Yeah.
it landed on somebody when he was scoring a try.
Yeah, but carrying on with that, Josh Sim, Lewis Dodd, Ben Condon, who was nearly going to...
Unfortunate.
That's such an unfortunate last name. Ben Condon.
He was off to League One before his injury.
Yes.
Yes.
And he spent time in the championship. Maybe.
Witness.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, the fullback from Hull KR, Phoenix, Lalu. I can't.
Phoenix Lola Tonga guy.
There we go.
Yeah.
And a couple of others, obviously Cruz Lehman on the season-long loan that we've already talked about. They've lost some names. Lost some players.
I think they had to, didn't they?
They did have to get some of that wage.
They had to
done.
get some of that dead weight out.
Theo Farge gone to your favourite club,
Peter Donkeys.
Peter Donkeys.
Yeah.
Tompkins obviously retired again. Tavita Pangai Jr., Fujiaha.
But no, hang on, what's happening with Tavita Pangai Jr.? Because where is he now?
He's on this, according to
Because he was leaving
Love
Catalan.
Rugby League. He's at Sporting Club Luke Hart.
No, I've never heard of that. But
I think
okay,
it's Union.
he left. Oh, he's gone to Union. He left because he didn't like Steve McNamara at South Warrington, and then who did they bring in? Steve McNamara. So then he backflipped.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you some of the outs here. Obviously, Tompkins retired, Farge out, Pangai Jr., Fujiaha, Arthur Romano, Paul Seguier, Whitehead, Tarek Sims, Bailey Sirinen, Remus Smith is retired, Luke Keary's retired.
Yeah, they've played a lot of games between them, all those players. But that was the problem.
Well, that's it. We were just talking about
Everybody they signed was past it, and it didn't work. Surprise. So they had to get rid of, like what Lewis said, the dead weight, which is unfortunate to say, really, because there've been some excellent players on that list.
I would say the only one I'm really surprised about is Cesar Rouge going to Toulouse.
Oh yeah, but then but Toulouse needed to make a squad out of nothing and probably offered him some good money.
Yeah. Right. Huddersfield. This was sort of last year, but now levels. Cozzer, Asher O'Donnell from the Brisbane Tigers, Ollie Russell. Yeah.
Are we seeing now the fact that there's 14 teams instead of 12 and recruitment's been more difficult?
I don't know, when you look at Bradford, I do look at some of them players and think, they picked to go to Bradford, like the players that are already there, not these signings, over Huddersfield anyway last year when they were in League One. I think this is just bad recruitment. And then you look at it again, who they've let go. Leroy Cudjoe, Jake Bibby, Jack Bibby, Aidan McGowan, Elliot Wallace,
Babies always leave together.
Ollie Wilson and Ash Goulding.
That's not worked, has it, that swap deal for Jake Wardle, those two babies for Jake Wardle?
No.
It's kind of been a bit one-sided, that, hasn't it?
What happens when you cut your ears?
I mean, they did get Sam Halsall as well, and he's been a good player for them, but...
Right, Hull FC brought a few in. Sam Lissoni, Jake Arthurs, Connor Bailey, Joe Batchelor, James Bell, Harvey Hill, Arthur Romano and Joe Phillips from Gould.
I was impressed with Arthur. That's Brad Arthur's lad.
Yeah.
I was impressed with
Jake Arthur.
Yeah,
Jake Arthur.
I thought he commanded them quite well. He put a few good shots on. Did nothing special, but it was his first game. Sam Lissoni did nothing, apart from he warmed up for a million years.
I do look at that. I think it's not balanced if you're going to play Liggy Sow and Sam Lissoni.
And the Herminator.
He does a lot of minutes. SASA, doesn't he?
Mm.
But they rely on him.
Harvey will have to 1 minutes.
Harvey will have to do. Liam Knight will have to do a lot. I think
Good player, Liam Knight, though.
Yeah, I just think you really rely on 2 or 3.
Cartwright will have to play the whole game.
Yeah.
I thought he went strong yesterday.
can't
Batchelor went well, considering it was his first game.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If you're on the front foot and you're 6 ahead and you roll on Lissoni and Liggy Sow
Oh, yeah, that's true.
to really put the nail in the coffin. But, yeah.
He's still got Caesar.
Caesar, yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
he's
injured.
Well, he's injured.
So
So I'm thinking then Will Price is going to end up playing fullback in it because
Price
they've got
play fullback.
Arthur, then they've got
Picked up a little bit
Caesar.
of a knock, didn't it?
Yeah, but
Fullback will be Will
if
Price.
if Caesar isn't fit to start the season, then they're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Right, over to Hull KR. Defending champions.
Yeah.
Now got a target on the back.
Well, we always say you've got to freshen up and strengthen when you've won a lot of trophies, which we didn't really do.
They've got a different challenge to us. World Cup Challenge and Vegas in the first 3 weeks, is it? First 4 weeks?
The other challenge is that a lot of the leaders retired.
Yeah.
Particularly McIlroy and Jared.
Well, just
Well,
talking
lead.
about the outs, Jared out, Mickey Mack out, Niall Evans out, Rowan Milnes, they're all Super League quality players. Tanganoa's left, obviously, I forgot about him as well.
Yeah, he's got Wire on it.
Yeah, but the ins, Juma Sambu, who's gone back out on loan to witness. Tom Amon from the Bulldogs, I'm certain already picked up an injury.
Still a decent signing.
Yeah, decent signing. Declan Murphy, Colby Warehouse, Jack Charles, Jordan Desiree.
Oh, no way. Jordan. Playing for the Super League champions, Jordan Desiree. Lining up in the World Club Challenge, Jordan Desiree might get to... Oh, my goodness, no. Jordan Desiree is going to go...
line it up with Payne House.
Oh, Jordan Desiree is going to play in the World Club Challenge, isn't he? If Amon's injured, he's definitely playing in the World Club Challenge.
The recipient of the worst 5 minutes of rugby league
It wasn't even 5 minutes, it was 50 seconds. He knocked on and then gave away a penalty and then immediately delayed the restart, so got a sin bin from coming on 50 seconds later. He made an error.
Got Keely giving him spray of a lantern.
Yeah. And then, ran over and patted him off as he's walking off.
Get off.
Tom Whitehead and Carl Lawton from the North Queensland Cowboys. Tom Whitehead was highly thought of at Warrington. Sounds like a good pickup. Leeds. Jeremiah Matantia, I think he's prop forward, isn't he?
I don't know.
Ethan O'Neill from Lee, Chris Hankinson from Salford.
They already had Sackers,
and Danny Levi.
So hang on. I've not read this one. Shorrocks. Where'd he end up?
Since.
Or did that go through?
Yeah. So obviously, Danny Levi replacing Andy Ackers.
Danny Levi's better than Andy Ackers.
Yeah, but they've lost Jackson Field to Wakefield. James Bentley. Matt Frawley's retired. Sony and Morgan Gannon. So you would suspect that Ethan O'Neill is a replacement for Morgan Gannon.
Yeah.
I think Ethan O'Neill's an okay player.
He's fine. Morgan Gannon was a good player. Ethan O'Neill's a good player. That's
Yeah.
not really much difference there, is there?
Jeremiah Mataltia to replace Sam Sony. It seems like they've just gone like for like and made some replacement. Should we go over to Lee?
Fine, Leeds were in a decent place. They've
Yeah.
got a good spine, so yeah.
Yeah, now they've got to kick on and go to the next level. Lee. Couple of outs for Lee. Daniel McIntosh, Ethan O'Neill, Brad Dwyer, Jack Derbyshire and Alex Tuatavake. They brought in Jacob Alec Wineke from Gold Coast Titans, Oliver Pollock from Saints, and his senior, Adam Cook. Is he the 7, really, that we have been missing?
Well, they'll hope so.
It'd be a great partner for, if they can pick up a partnership.
If they have a good partnership, maybe.
And then Liam Horn, which I think is actually a decent signing.
The big
as a
one for them
backup.
is obviously they had the 2 fullbacks they used this year because Armstrong got the bad injury.
It's basically re-signing, isn't it?
Can they get Armstrong and then Hodgson also playing well?
Yeah.
And the biggest bit of business wasn't even signing anybody, it was extending Hanley. That was the biggest thing, was extending Hanley's contract. That was the biggest thing they did because there was club sniffing around him.
Yeah, definitely. Right, going over to Saints, were a few big outs, really.
Big ins as well. It's
Yeah,
Morgan-
yeah.
Morgan
I'm
Rose.
going to start with the
an
outs.
interesting transfer. They can't transfer window, did they? But
Yeah,
recruitment period, if you want to call it that. A couple of ins and outs at Saints.
I'm going to start with the outs. So Morgan Knowles, Moses Mbai.
That Pep Guardiola meme, we cannot replace him. That's Morgan Knowles to me.
Yeah.
You know he's crying about Sergio Aguero. That's Morgan Knowles. I think he's...
Yeah, but they did replace him. It's about Erling Haaland.
Yeah, I know the City did, but Saints bought the equivalent of Erling Haaland.
Well, I'll tell you in a
They've got
second.
Joe Shorrocks.
T. Ritson gone, John Benison gone, Conrad Hurrell gone. He's still actually playing. He's gone to
Conrad Hurrell?
France, Lesignan.
Oh, Lesignan Bores.
Yeah. Joe
That's
Batchelor,
what I
James
was
James Bell, Will Roberts, Dale Sambu, Johnny Vaughan, and a couple of other young
Tell you
lads.
what, they've trimmed some salary cap there with a lot of, players who weren't playing.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think they spent it. Shane Wright on a permanent deal, Jacob Host from the South City Rabbitohs, David Clemmer, Jacob Douglas, Joe Shorrocks, Jackson Hastings, and Nene McDonald.
I'm worried about this because they've got a serious boss now, and those are actually all pretty decent signings on paper. So if they can click, they'll be a lot better than they were last few
Getting
years.
them all up 13 though, isn't it? It's like we had this same thing last year with Saylor, Wellesby, Robertson, and you look at all those kind of...
To me,
Outside backs.
Sailor can get in his butt and sail away. I don't see him getting in the
I like
start.
what you did there.
Yeah, thank you. I don't see him getting in the starting 13. Them players are all better than him.
Well, I saw a thing where apparently Sailor has said they are like on captain's runs and whatever, both in, and they're playing with a 2 fullback system.
What a load of rubbish.
Seen that?
It didn't work, did it? It didn't work when
seen
we
it.
tried it.
I
Leave it
saw
alone, Rolly.
I saw
It's
it.
just not a
I'm
thing.
not telling you. I'm not telling lies. They
All
said.
right. Well, we'll see.
But it's going to be interesting because hopefully Robertson's got a kick on. You can't really get rid of. He's done really good things. Hastings has. They've not signed him to.
Nenny McDonald's not
sit.
not
I'm
been
guessing
signed
this
to
means
him,
Lomax's time is.
Well, I don't know.
He's going to be done.
I don't know. If you're
Oh,
playing
he's
2 fullbacks, it definitely is.
Do you know what I
Because
mean?
you'd have those 2 fullbacks and Hastings.
You
and
can't have
3
Wellesby, Saylor, Lomax,
and Hastings.
and yeah. Well, I said all 4 there. I wanted to say. What I'm trying to say is they've got essentially a lot of halfbacks that are only 2. One can drop in as a fullback, which you think would be Wellesby, but then Saylor's going to have to play 6. Well,
Saylor's
then
not-
Hastings
Saylor's
goes in
not.
at 7. Where does that leave Lomax?
Well, I
Obviously,
think
Whitby I think's too young. I know people are saying about Whitby, but I think he's too young anyway. He needs to be bled in. It'll be too early for him
All
to
of a
play too
sudden,
many
all of a
games.
sudden, that back line of Kyle Felt, Harry Robertson. Sorry, that 3/4 line of Kyle Felt, Harry Robertson, Mark Percival, and Nenny McDonald does start to strike fear into me.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, I'm just looking at their actual 1 to 29 they've named. Wellesby's named at 1. Saylor's still named at 6.
Hey, don't read too much into that though, because
No,
David
no.
Clem's named at 13.
Obviously. But what I was trying to get at
Played
was,
13.
is they've now brought in Jackson Hastings. He has to play. There's 5 or 6 that you're saying have to play. Wellesby has to play. Harry Robertson and Nenny McDonald have to play.
Kyle Felt has to play.
Carl Felt has to play. So
Percival has to play.
he's injured for a good start at season. I think. I think he's
Percival,
out to
Percival
late
knows injured,
May.
but if he's fit, he has to play Percival.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting. I think the pack looks like though.
Well, they're going with like Delaney, Wingfield. Is it Wingfield?
So they're starting 8, 10 and 13 at Walmsley, Lees and Clemmer. Delaney, Jake Wingfield, Parsi, Noah Stevens.
Can't believe Parsi still plays for them.
But that's what I mean. I don't think that...
No, I agree.
They've always built themselves off a good pack.
Also, we need to hope that Walmsley, the Walmsley that we got for England, was the Walmsley that we get all this year. Butterfingers Walmsley. we need him Butterfingers all year. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think you're at the top of a bit light in the forwards, aren't they?
But that back line's going to be...
Battle line's going to be good, but they're relying a lot
They'll
on...
get yardage. They'll get yardage out of
And
them
they'll
as well.
put some points on as well.
They'll put points
If you cough up the ball in your own half, they're going to be deadly, but...
They're relying, though, on a lot of... That's the starting pack there's got a big job on.
No, the starting pack's got all the job on.
Do you know what I mean? When the bench
That's
starts
the
rolling and you're putting on Wingfield, you're putting on Noah Stevens. All disrespect to these players.
I'd almost be tempted to start Delaney and bring Walmsley off because otherwise you drop off a bit too much when you put the bench on.
Matty Lee's got to play 60 minutes every week.
That's what I mean.
Well, I do like Matty Lees, but is he going to be as good as he is if he has to play an hour every week?
No, I don't know. Right, Toulouse. Signed AJ Wallace, Brendan Hands, Tyler Dupree on loan, Henry O'Kane from South Sydney Rabbitohs and Cesar Rouge from Catalans.
Is that it?
I think I missed one then. Luke Polisi from London and Matteo Pons from Oldham.
That's not very many.
So
you're rolling with the same squad that won the championship.
Seven signings.
Interesting.
They've let go of 4. Hey, Don Perez just left.
Just,
yeah.
Marty. Cockatry.
They did have Harrison Hansen playing.
I was going to say, is he still going?
He's not anymore. I do think he might have signed for another. I think he signed for the Donkeys.
He is signed for Albi.
Oh, Albi Tigers. I'm sorry. I've got my Elite One clubs mixed up there. Harrison Hansen.
I love that you know all of them.
Well, of course I know them all. It's rugby league heritage.
Right.
Carcassonne Canaries. That's where Morgan Esgrave went to, and Tony Gigo. Carcassonne Canaries. That's the name. Yeah.
Right.
You'll never guess what colour they play.
I'm moving on. Wakefield. They brought in a couple. They brought in the Neil Chimambe from Hull KR. Went to the winger who was on loan.
Came from Leeds, didn't he? Come from Leeds Academy.
Yeah, I think he was on loan at Salford last year. Played a few
Yeah, he
games
was,
at
yeah.
Salford. Tyson Smoothie, Jazz Tavanga, Trey Locio from the Dolphins, Jordan Williams, Keane McGann, Will Tate, and Jack Sinfield.
Will Tate's that one from Hull KR. It's his centre. He's got massive neck and head.
Fair enough.
So, if that thing makes you think he's a good centre,
Yeah. Well,
I'm
just going to say, obviously, I'm looking at who's gone out for Wakefield. They've lost Josh Griffin, Liam Hood, Matty Russell. He isn't playing for a Super League club this year.
Matty Russell's not signed for one of the promoted sides.
He signed for Oldham.
Well, no, he hasn't because they're going to go belly up, aren't they? So he's going to be at Toulouse in approximately 4 working days.
I'm glad you're so confident on him. Renner Fatoni and Ollie Russell have also left, so I think that's an overall improvement on the squad.
Well, Tyson Smoothie obviously just won the grand final in the NRL.
Yeah. Jazz Tavanga at Manly,
Yeah.
good player. Jacksonfield, the good halfback, replacing Ollie Russell, Liam Hood. Yeah, I think that's a decent.
They probably stayed about the same, haven't they?
They can get back to playing the sexy rugby, so
Yeah.
nice to watch Wakefield, especially moving the ball.
Phil in Bellevue, didn't they? Filled it quite a few times and got a few statement wins. They beat us and Hull KR there, didn't they?
Mainly for throwing the ball about, and obviously we just talked about set for set rugby in the last segment. Don't get me wrong, that does. I completely agree with you in the grand finals, but for like a neutral, if you was just like stick a rugby game on the TV and you was watching like a Wakefield or the Leonardo attack, and so that's it.
I don't think we do that anymore, really.
I think they're more structured now.
Yeah, they
I think they did when they first came up.
Yeah, to be fair, when they had Azia to like being the ball playing 13 and stuff, they did a bit more that swing from right to left and stuff.
But they'll have to find a way to make that next step that leaded.
Is Alpha Hingawa still at Lee?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Warrington.
Good player.
Did we talk about Lee?
Yeah, we talked about Lee, definitely, because we talked about Armstrong there.
Yeah. Warrington. Couple of ins. Sipley. They've had him before, haven't they?
No, I don't think so. Pangai Junior did the hokey cokey, didn't they? Then
Did the
decided to
hokey-cokey.
go to rugby union.
Yeah, until he wants to take up boxing.
He's undefeated.
Well, he will do. He keeps changing court before he plays a game, before he has a fight.
He won a fight, didn't he?
Or did he win one?
I think he won one. I think he did.
Liam Byrne, Albert Hopewate, James Bentley, Josh Sims from the Brisbane Tigers, Sam Stone from Salford, and Kelpie Tanganoa. That is to replace...
Josh Sim, that one that was at Saints?
Oh, sorry, not Josh Sim, sorry, Josh Smith. I just read it wrong.
Oh, Josh Smith.
From the Brisbane Tigers. So 3 second rows in Bentley, Stone, and Tanganoa. Albert Hopewate, he's had a really unlucky run with injuries in him.
Yeah, he was really good when he first came on
And
to
then
see.
2 prop forwards, I think that should help them.
The big cloud with Warrington is obviously they had to make a statement to say they were going to keep the coach, which I've never seen before. They're going to back him.
I think we've already spoke about it, but I don't know how I would feel if I was Burgess, if Steve McNamara has been brought in as my
I
assistant.
think he's looming over the shoulder.
Yeah, it's just...
That's not how I did it at Catalan when I made 2 grand finals. Oh, that's not how I did it when I was boss of England. I made the world. Yeah.
That would be listen, he might appreciate it.
I don't think Sam Burgess thinks about that at all. He's the most confident man I've ever seen in my entire life.
Very true.
I think it could be a good signing for him, having McNamara.
Yeah, I agree.
For a bit of a liaison advice kind of role and whatever. Like you said, it all depends on what that looks like, but hearing McNamara speak about it when it first got announced, it seems like he's committed, he wants to help the club out. I think having someone with the experience there to have a look at where it's going
Spend
wrong.
6 months as an assistant before you take the main job.
I think
There won't be 6 months. Either Burgess is doing it long haul or Burgess is gone within 10 weeks, I think.
I was totally confident on 6 months. And,
If
give him a bit more time.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Right, but that is replacing quite a few big names. Paul Vaughan has gone for the size of a semi-detached house.
The price of a semi-detached house for Paul Vaughan in 2026.
Ratchford retired. Lachlan Fitzgibbon has gone back to Australia. Dan Russell has left. Lucas Green was the prop forward that they apparently rated. Roderick Ty has left.
Where's he going, Roderick Ty?
Roderick Ty has gone to Central Queensland Capras.
Oh, right, so he's in Queensland Cup.
Yeah. Dan Okoro has gone to Halifax. And then the big one, Matt Duffy.
that's South, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he can't play so many games because he's outside the top 25, which means they then have to put him on the cap, which would then put him in trouble of him being over the cap.
So he's not counted on salary cap, so he can't play however many games.
Yeah,
Is
I think
it-
he can play a certain amount, but
I don't
obviously
think
if
it's-
someone gets injured, they can deregister him and bring him in, but
Right.
So he's going to play a lot for South Sydney Rabbitohs B team.
basically.
What a waste of Matt Duffy's considerable offensive talent.
Yeah,
I mean, he could go and miss tackles in
I'd rather put a wheelie bin at full back defensively. Yeah. Matt Blackburn can miss as many tackles as he did.
Makes funny as well.
It's when he, like,
We're trying not to put people down on this podcast,
but
and you just said your Black Bin could do as many tackles as Matt Duffy.
He couldn't tackle a Sunday, didn't he?
do you not remember him conceding a try facing the wrong
Because he
way?
wasn't looking at Nenny McDonald's score. Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Like,
I remember Kieran just didn't step.
Yeah.
And somehow Matt Duffy thought he did and then just threw himself to the floor and Kieran just looked at him and just went, hey, and put his hand up in the air. And then
when Kieran tried to take a tackle,
The worst one ever was Lockie Miller when he was playing for the Knights. Have you ever seen that one?
when he backed off into his own in goal.
He thought the dead ball line was a try line and just let him score. He just backed off all the way up the pitch.
Yeah. I can't help but look and see what Jay does for us.
But remember in 2024 when it was the Challenge Cup final that Matt Duffy was miles clear of Jay Field and he was scoring all them tries.
Yeah.
And then he let Liam Farrell score in the final to seal the game.
Yeah. Without being funny, we beat Penrith off the back of 2 Jay Field tackles.
Yes.
Matt Duffy doesn't make them tackles.
And we got to the grand final this year on his tackle on Owen Trout.
Do
Exactly.
you not think it's strong leadership, though, from Warrington to come in and obviously either one of the best players offensively or defensively, we've just said. But obviously those problems in camp last year, especially towards the end of last season. He got dropped, obviously had a couple of arguments, they turned and said, no, we're going to show strong that you're toxic as a culture, we're trying to kick on, win silverware, we're not going to do it with this culture, so you're off, you know, is that not a good thing?
When the incident happened at the barbecue, allegedly, yes, it was between Zane Musgrove, a bench prop, Paul Vaughan, who they've paid a lot of money to, and bought a lot of
You nearly got it out.
Bought a lot of fake tan for, I was going to say. And Matt Duff, and he was on a big long contract, and Matt Duffy who was the main attacking threat. And when they got rid of Musgrove, I thought, oh, typical. Protect the big players and get rid of the bench prop, whatever. But none of them are actually at the club anymore. So that tells me maybe Burgess has got a bit of a handle on his culture.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have got that fake tan joke out with it last night.
I don't want to be this person, but we did say this last year. Has he got a handle on this culture? We said it at the start of 2024. And then things went wrong. And I am looking at that and going, I'm now looking at the squad.
How long has he been in charge? We've done 2 full years now.
2024.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't in 2023, was it?
No, that was the year that they were winning the league after 10 games, and Dale Pearl was in the Red Line with his bucket hat on.
The return of Big Sam Cassiano.
And Big Josh Maguire.
Yeah, that one.
And then I think he finished out the year, didn't he? Gary Chambers.
Yes.
As boss. That was ugly, that.
But my point was, he was brought in 2024 to fix the culture, and brought in 2025. He's had a year now, he'll fix the culture. But we're still talking about fixing the culture in 2026.
Well, I don't know. That we'll see that without what plays out this season. That's to come. But I do think he's done some good stuff. You know what I mean? I think as well. He's definitely. You know, I think that does show strong leadership. I think the fact he's not scared to give a couple of academy lads a go. We've always criticised him for just getting Ashton Sims type players who just go and sign 30-odd-year-old NRLs who's gone past it. The Greg Inglis marketing thing just to try and sell shirts was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it, back in the day? But I think actually he likes that Ewan Irwin. He's given that, is it Kai Taylor-Ray at full-back a bit of a go. He's not scared to try and maybe put a bit of faith in the young lads.
Do you think he'll play Kai Taylor-Ray at full-back this year?
Well, he's not signed anybody, hasn't he? Rashford's retired now.
His only other option is to put Josh Thewlis there and play Jay Thewlis on wing.
Well, yeah.
Because he's backup full-back.
Well, Josh Thewlis was the backup full-back, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I'm just looking at that squad.
I like Josh
Ewan
Thewlis.
Irwin's got the 18, but he's not going to get in front of George and Sneed.
Well, he's in a similar position to Farriman, then, isn't he?
Exactly.
If one of them gets injured, he's a capable deputy, but he's not going to be the starter.
He's only played 2 games.
He's played 2 games?
I think he played against Saints. He came off.
Taylor-Ray played a lot of games.
Taylor-Ray played a few games. He played one. Played a lot at centre as well. But what I mean is, and Lindop played a bit at centre. But
Lindop played quite. He does really trust Lindop, doesn't he? I know he got that injury, this season-ending injury, but he really did. Prior to that, he really did trust Lindop.
And this is the thing that I'm saying. I've always, said you Wiggins, you Saints, they trust the academy, they bring the kids to the conveyor belt.
We've spent a lot of money on their academy recently.
Well, but you got to trust it, then, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? So time will tell. I'm not saying anything. I know he's not won anything yet, and I get that. But some of the things that we've always criticised Warrington for, he is changed. I think you've got to you can only really give him credit for that in a way.
yeah,
You can't expect Lewis to be objective about Sam Burgess.
yeah.
But like if you asked me to talk about Matty Bowen and he'd done something wrong, I just wouldn't admit it.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's doing or die for him at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
At Warrington.
Right. Yeah.
We'll have a proper chat about Warrington in a little bit. Last one is York. Do I need to start off with anything other than paying for a semi-detached house with a big back garden?
For Paul Vaughan.
They brought in Paul Vaughan, Josh Griffin.
And that's not even including how much fake tan you have to buy him. Which is...
No, I read they might have made it that as a part of his salary. He has to pay for his own.
That's only 200,000 then.
But they've also brought in, let's finish the ins, Paul Vaughan, Josh Griffin, Jordan Lipp, Sam Wood from Castleford, Justin Sangare, John Bennison, Jack Smith from Leeds, Danny Richardson from Hull KR. Any more that stand out to me? Will Roberts was at St Helens, Xavier Var from Sydney Roosters, and Balmforth on a season-long loan from Hull FC.
Oh, he's going on loan again, is he?
Yeah, loves a loan deal.
I was going to say, actually, I forgot to say this when we did the Leeds section. Cam Smith is going to Wakefield for 2027.
Yeah,
I don't like the announcements early.
But he's not even played a game this year.
Signing, but you shouldn't be able to announce it yet.
I don't know.
You should be able to announce it yet.
But then you're just going to get Cam Smith every week. Oh, are you going to be playing? Where are you going to be playing next year? And he already knows, which I don't like either.
Yeah, because one of them, everyone knew Liam Byrne was going Warrington, but it's not that sort of
Yeah.
an unwritten secret. Right.
As for York,
I'm surprised they weren't in for a Dufty.
well, I think they were.
All money's been Paul Vaughan, isn't it? He's probably can't afford him.
They've got some money though, seriously, to spending that much money on Paul Vaughan, and they've tabled a big offer to Matt Dufty. I know they've tabled one to somebody else who's knocked it back, big one.
I've heard a few rumours about people.
I've heard a rumour that a very big name has been offered by York.
They're going to struggle to entice people immediately.
They're going to struggle with that squad.
I wonder whether they've aimed a little bit too high for player. Where I look at the Bradford signings, they picked up fuel from Salford and
Yeah, I don't.
squad depth.
Yeah, it's not a squad overhaul like Bradford did. Maybe that'll help them.
Yeah,
I don't know. You never know with these. When there's 3 promoted clubs like this, you never know. One of them's going to be hard to beat.
yeah. Right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with our 1 to 14.
Okay.
It's the top 6 make the playoffs, as we've been told, haven't we?
Yeah.
So
But we don't know if bottom gets relegated.
we don't know anything about that. We'll just make it up 2 days before.
Yeah, we'll just decide it.
But what I'm going to say is if you're listening, pause it now, think of your 1 to 14, and then you can compare with us after this break. So we are now going to have a look at our predictions. Right, now we've picked our own.
Yep.
And then we've had a bit of a conversation and we've split it into 4 categories really. Yeah? First of all, we think we're going to win the comp. We're backers everywhere.
We have to back that.
Yeah, and we're a Wigan podcast. Like,
We're going to go unbeaten.
We're going to win everyone. We're going to win everything.
Win the Locker Cup. Magic Weekend, most attractive team.
can't win most fans though. Never win that.
We always win that.
Okay, I'm taking 3 million.
Oh yeah, forgot about them on the
Yeah.
Vegas tickets.
Yeah. But yeah, we think that. I do think there's still question marks about our squad, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with where we are. And there seems to be a little
Question
bit
marks
of
on every squad. That's what there always is. That's what's nice about this time of year.
Yeah. I would say 5 games in, you'll know roughly where everyone's going to be.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going to start at the bottom and work up from here. We all agreed. I think Toulouse will finish 14th.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
I think they might win a couple of games at home, but unless something drastically changes with that squad, I don't think it's good enough.
No.
I don't think they were.
Yeah, I'd like it.
They weren't planning to be in Super League, were they?
They might get a couple of wins in France, but
They will have Matty Russell
Travel
in 4
will get
days' time.
Yeah, they'll have Matty Russell in 4 to 5 business days. But their coach said they weren't really thinking they were going to be in, and then they won the playoff. They won the playoffs, and they had to be put in apparently.
right.
So
Interesting.
he's kind of already making that excuse that they weren't ready. London, meanwhile, have hoovered up a lot of talent and spent them a lot of money that Toulouse haven't.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. But we do think Toulouse is going to finish bottom.
Yeah. In 13th, again, all in agreement, York. I think they've been really quick.
That could go either way for me. Toulouse and York.
I just think York have got the advantage of not flying every other week.
Just don't know how. I don't know how hard they are going to be to beat, especially at home. They might make themselves difficult to beat at home. I don't know, but it doesn't feel like they're going to be flying.
I do what they do well though, York.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a market there in the capital of Yorkshire.
I hope they do well.
It's expanded really quick.
It's expanded quick, got a good backing. Like, that'll be a minute away, Dave.
Good stadium.
And I know,
York,
I
do
do
you know
know
what I
he
mean?
is.
Going to York.
I know he is the price of a semi-detached house with a good outdoor
Same
facilities.
colour as well.
without good outdoor facilities and good schools in the location. But he is good enough to stand up to the packs of teams down there.
Hang on, who's this? Who did he pay that much money to?
Paul Vaughan.
Paul Vaughan.
250,000
for Paul Vaughan.
And that's sort of where I'm looking at these. And I'm going to, when we talk about another team...
The year of our Lord, 2026, and we're paying 250,000 for Paul Vaughan.
250,000. Yeah.
He's going to get the dream team in it. After all that, it's not like a bargain.
With every penny.
There's going to be calls for an Australia call. Yeah. In 12th, and we haven't just sat here and made a team together, a league together. We did make our own, and we all agreed on in 12th. Huddersfield.
Yeah.
That side just doesn't.
Yeah,
excite me.
We're not particularly rating West Yorkshire very, very highly in this simulation. We never do. Much to the disappointment of all the rugby league journalists, we don't rate the West Yorkshire clubs as high.
You do realise the top 5 this year will be Leeds, Huddersfield, Bradford, Castleford and Wakefield.
And Sheffield will be 6th.
And no, but they won cup. They missed out on playoffs, but they won the cup. I'm just not excited about that side. I don't think any of the signings from last year are going to settle in and get any better. I think they've got their eye on sorting stadium out, and
that's fine. But you know you're not going to be very good.
It's very hard to do that and stay on the ball and stay focused.
Oh, I'm not backing them. I'm not making that mistake again.
Stop backing on his field.
They just... It's going to be so much less upset when they don't let you down this year.
Mm.
Right.
They had such good players all that year. I was backing them and they just were so crap.
He's got to turn it around.
I was just thinking, you've got to look at the squad. They just can't keep losing. And they did.
It can't carry on like this.
It can't.
Yeah. It's not looking like a great season for Huddersfield.
No.
In 11th, I think we all agreed on this as well, didn't we?
We had the bottom 5 the same. Or bottom 5 same.
We went Bradford.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I think they'll be close to the teams above them.
Look at that squad. It's a decent enough squad on paper.
it is.
For a Super League promoted side, especially when you're competing with 2 others.
It's sticking in, and we've seen teams come up and then lose a game by 2 points, and then you lose by a try, and then you get blown away. And it's just going to be about finding results where they can.
We're going to be against half a dozen teams in and around them, and whether they can win those games.
And it's you want to see Bradford do well, don't you? The history that club's got. I think obviously the rivalry with Leeds, like you're hoping they can kick on and do well.
Yeah,
hopefully
so.
get a bit of a revival and
well,
stuff. So hopefully it kicks on. I know Oddso's got its problems, and
they've seen some improvements though. They've actually made it into a rectangle and not put the corners off.
Yeah, well,
still got crash marks.
No, because they made it into the actual corner now, isn't it?
If Sheffield tackles someone off the paddock, they just instantly die because they've got a concrete barrier.
No, but you are in the middle of a motocross event.
Oh, that's fine. You just get muddy then.
No, but the bikes are going round.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, you don't want to open twice, do you? It's double staff.
Yeah.
But at the same time.
What hijinks is Bullman going to get into this year? Needs to be some mischief. Bullman and Wolfie, that could be interesting. Look for when Bradford play Warrington. What are Bullman and Wolfie going to do? They'll think of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll just be another gimmick, but...
Yeah, but think about Bullmania, it was just all gimmicks.
Yeah, but they were playing well.
That's the thing. They were playing well.
You've got to do it when you're winning. You start things like that when you're winning. Can't go racing a guy in a green morph suit when you miss out on playoffs.
See, I was unsure where he was going with that. I thought it might be Wizzy Rascal.
It's hard then when you're not doing well.
The Wire Flyer this year.
If Wigan
didn't you have to run, get some laundry, put it in a washing machine, and run back to the line?
I'm going to say it. If Wigan were missing out on playoffs and we unravelled light up goalposts, I'm not happy.
I do remember once we played Saints at Good Friday, and we it must have been when Game of Thrones was out, because we did a medieval sword fight between a Wigan knight and a St Helens knight. That's gimmicky.
Yeah, I hated it then.
What sort of gimmick would we do? Like Mighty Max. Remember the Max the Blaster? The t-shirt cannon that never works.
Oh, Mighty Max against the Bull. It's just waiting for like a gladiatorial fight.
Mighty Max with a red cloth, just dangling it to the side.
You should simply do that.
They got Catalans. They're going to have a
Mighty, if you're listening, this is what you need to do. So against against Bradford, you need to have a red rag for Bullman.
Yeah, but Bullman is actually going to fight a real bull at Catalans.
Oh yeah, true. Bernard's beef.
The raging bull, Gordon Tallis, is going to ref it. We'll get him in as a guest appearance.
Yeah.
For one of the worst 6-4 games you'll ever see. Call it out now.
Actually, that I could so see that happening. There's hijinks at Bullmania. Bullman goes away to Catalan, and Bernard Ghost tries to capture him to put him in a sausage factory or something, and then it ends up 6-4 to Catalan. There's 4 siblings.
Yeah. Right, in 10th. Now, these set of fans are not going to like to hear our opinion, but we all agreed Castleford.
Yeah. Castleford finishing 5th bottom is a result. I don't care what this is.
Yeah, but put that into context. That's finishing
10th.
3rd bottom last year, which is exactly what they did. Like,
that's what they always do.
But just because we've added 2 more teams doesn't make being 5th bottom better than being 3rd bottom.
I think it does. I think they'll beat the promoted teams and not really beat anybody else.
They might beat one of the top 6 one day, and that'll be the height of the season. Right, now we got into our starting to get a little bit dubious. And
so we all agreed on the bottom 4.
Bottom 5.
And then everything else we didn't agree on.
Yeah, and Wigan obviously top.
Oh, yeah.
So we had our teams. We had the same 3 teams missing out on the playoffs. So 7th, 8th and 9th. In 9th, I had Wakefield. You 2 both agreed and went Catalans.
Yeah, we did. Just don't think they're good enough.
No, I don't think. We've only been at Catalan.
Experienced head coach, just don't think they're good enough. Well, there's a lot of...
I don't think the signings they've recruited are going to turn it around absolutely amazingly for them. I think it's going to take them a while to build up again and get to the heights they were on doing.
But also, like, even if they do make them better, they weren't great, were they? They were really awful. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of a
all
spine.
that 13 games where they didn't win any.
I'm just thinking of a spine of Spiro, Sexton, Dodd, Lehman.
Yes,
it's a much improvement on what I've done. And all of them have got something to
last
prove.
year they had Aspiro and they had Luke Keary and Theo Farge.
But we talked about
Ben Garcia.
the previous issue with Catalans.
Signing over the whole place.
Yeah. Toby Sexton's got a point to prove.
Yeah.
With the Bulldogs letting him go and
Lewis
go to Perth. Lewis Dodd's got a point to prove. Cruz Lehman's got a little bit of a point to prove after being sent out on loan.
Yeah, he does.
I think the pack, I think it's...
I don't think it's Catalan pack. Not a Catalan standard pack. We used to have fearsome packs, didn't they?
All the players are still playing though. That's a problem.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not tipping everyone I've got above them. If I looked at the squad, I know the game's not played on paper. If you look squad by squad, you go, you know what, I've backed them over Catalan, I've backed them over Catalan. So
you had Wakefield in 9th?
I had Wakefield in 9th.
Okay.
You had them both in 8th.
Okay.
Am I right with that?
Yeah, we've switched Catalan and Wakefield out.
I just think last year was in that conversation of playoffs. I think they'll be in that conversation again.
Yeah, they'll be in with a shout. I think all these 3 teams will be in with a shout. It might be because of the final day again, but I think it'll be in with a shout.
My thing with Wakefield is I think the squad's improved ever so slightly, but they've not done what Lee did. What they've gone and got 3 or 4 really good improvements.
And they benefited from Warrington having an off year, and somebody in that top 6 will have an off year. And Wakefield could capitalise on that, or Hull FC, or Catalan. Somebody could capitalise. I just think I don't think they've improved enough. And suddenly now they're not going to be a shock. Well, they'll still be hard to beat, especially on the home patch.
Yeah, but I don't think teams are going to be turning up thinking, let's just beat them and move on to next week. It's good. We have to beat them, and it's suddenly preparation's a bit different. And then we had just missing out on the playoffs was Hull FC. We all agreed on Hull FC at 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our opponents from yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Though? It's not hard for them to get better than last season. Just win it all.
Yeah.
Champions, they went to so many games, just not winning at home.
They went a year.
Was it a full year? Was it a full year?
It was 350 odd days. I think it was almost a full year.
And they didn't win it. It's not
Because it was when they beat us. It was when they beat us in August.
Yeah, it was like 361 days or
Then
something.
they beat Salford, I think.
played some good rugby. Done seen some good things from them. But it's just like they got to home and just couldn't replicate. It's like
my worry
If your biggest rivals win a trophy in your own backyard this year and you do nothing,
yeah.
they're going to be rooting very hard for Brisbane.
Yeah.
My one concern for Hull FC, Caesar obviously started picking up some injuries again. He's not getting
If
any
Caesar's
younger.
out long term, like the rumour is, then they'll be in trouble. That's why I've got him 7th, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
Because
and I
he's
think
important.
the spine is very fragile. We've not seen much of Jake Arthur's being the guy for a full season. It's going to be a new thing for him.
Price has got to kick on this year.
Will Price has got to kick on.
I hope he does.
I hope he does
There's
as
a
well.
good player in there, Will
I
Price.
hope he does.
What I will say, if he kicks on, he could be for a World Cup shout.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
that full back spot's up for grabs.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But if he doesn't, Hull in trouble.
If he takes the next step, he'll be a good side. I agree.
Right. Now, 2 to 6, we had quite a few disagreements. What we've done is we've sat down and averaged it out and worked out an average.
They averaged out and everyone got 4th.
True.
We've had to do some negotiating, haven't we?
Yeah.
Go team by team and we'll say where we put them.
Right. I will start with Warrington. Now, Warrington I had in 6th.
So did I.
I put him in 4th.
Shock.
4th. Show me that Sam Burgess tattoo. Go on. Why are you
Well,
saying...
the 2 teams I've put below them for the top 6. Obviously, I've got Hull FC in at 7, and then I've got Lee in at 6th.
Actually, I just thought of a better idea. Shall we go through them all and then we can have an open conversation?
Yeah.
Right.
So, me from bottom up, I've got Lee 6th, St Helens 5th, Warrington at 4th, Leeds 3rd, Hull KS 2nd, Wigan 1st.
Right. I've gone Warrington 6, Saints 5, Leeds 4, KR 3, Lee 2.
Really?
Well, I'm happy to defend my reasons why
All
the
right.
second.
Well, I've got Warrington 6, Leeds 5, Lee 4, Saints 3, KR 2.
Right. So I'll start with the elephant in the room. I don't think KR finishing top 2 purely because of how big this start of the season is going to be for him.
I do get that, to be fair.
That's why I'm not going to finish it first.
I just think he's going to take too much
It
out
took
of it.
it took a lot out of both the teams that went to Vegas this year.
Yeah.
Hence why I've got Leeds 5th.
That's what I've got Leeds 4th. I just think World Cup Challenge and Vegas, that is going to be something. Because no team has done that before.
No.
Doing them both. That's going to take so much out of them.
Brisbane aren't doing it.
And without looking at who they play in them first
Well,
7-8 weeks.
They asked for York first, didn't they? They asked the league, can we have York first?
Yeah, but I almost don't think that first game matters. I think it's the 4 after
I
both
think
of
they're
them
just
games.
trying to get 2 points on the board, saying give us an easy game.
Yeah.
Can we have one of the promoted teams first, get us 2 points on the board? That's what they've said,
Yeah.
in as many words. And the RFL have said yes.
Because I think the worry isn't the games beforehand. They are what they are. The ones after, that's the worry.
I think we were obviously
Fucking
focused
jet
on
lag.
Vegas last year, and I think that's why we lost 1-0. Also, I'll talk about this elbow in the face for speed was different, but that 1-0, if we'd have said, oh, can we have Salford at home? Can we have Hull FC at home first game? Because we're going to Vegas, and the RFL said yes, then we'd be on.
Can we have Cass at home and then we'd end up going away?
Yeah, then we'd be on 2 competition points before we even thought about Vegas, which is what they've done, which is clever.
Yeah. So I've gone I've gone KR second based off that, and I've gone
Third.
Leeds third, and I've gone Leeds 4th based off that effect. Now I've gone Leeds second.
I'd say that's high for Lee.
Where have you two gone?
I'm in 6th.
I've got 4th. No odd numbers.
I think They kept the right players. I think they've made an improvement in the halves having Cook over O'Brien. Armstrong back for a full season. Gives them a backup.
Where's this coming from with all this Cook? What, you know a lot about this guy.
I just read that he's highly rated over there. It wasn't getting in the Canberra side. He's an organising half. I think that'll free up Lockie Lamb. And obviously I think that's an improvement on O'Brien, who is going towards the back end of his career, but is a good backup option. And his senior had some depth. Can't remember it's Innes or Lewis who's gone.
Innes.
One of the seniors has gone as a backup, centre winger.
Innes.
Hodgson can play on the wing if needed. He can play full back. I think they've improved having Offa Hangawi for a full season. And the forwards they brought in, I think the pack's better than it was last year. I either see him finishing second or winning a cup. Not that I want them to. And I'm obviously backing Wigan to win everything. But
I've got him fourth, and the only reason I've got him fourth is because I think as I mentioned before, the 3/4 line of St Helens is absolutely lethal. And I think that will win you a load of games against the bottom half.
I agree.
Where necessarily you don't necessarily need your pack to be on top.
But I'm going to throw my thing against Saints. I don't think the pack's good enough.
Yeah, but we're talking about league position here. We're not talking about winning the title.
No, I know.
We're talking about finishing.
But I don't
league.
think.
Look how many bad teams are in this league. You can beat them without necessarily.
But what I'm saying
you've got a better pack than all them.
I don't think. I'm looking at my top 7, and including FC in that. I think Saints might have the weakest pack of them all. Walmsley's not going to improve. David Clemmer's not going to improve. Matty Lees is so important to that. I'm not massively worried about the second rows. I think they're downgraded. I think Parsi is not going to get better. Noah Stevens will improve and Delaney will improve, but they're not going to cover Morgan Knowles' stuff. They're dependent on Daz Clark at 9 if he picks up an injury. I look from 8 to 17. If they pick up an injury in any one of them, I think they're in real trouble. And that's what says to me they'll end up losing games to the top 7 more than they'll win. And I don't think when we talked about the record against Underwellens against.
I still think that'll be an issue. I still think they'll struggle against the big teams.
Which is why I don't think they'll make the top 4.
I think they'll roll over all the bad teams, and that'll mean they get loads of points.
So do I think. I think Wigan will. I think Lee will. I think KR will. I think Leeds
There's more bad teams to roll over, I suppose, this year, isn't there?
Yeah, the points are going to be inflated this year.
Yes.
Because you're not playing loot fixtures against the good teams.
Well, we are playing loot fixture against a good team.
The one loot fixture. But you get my point. I think all them top 6 are going to put points in against the lower teams.
I agree with you about Saints. That's why I've gone Saints 5th, and I think that's why I do think the pack's very, very light for trying to get into the top 4. Maybe I've gone Lee a bit too low in 6th. Maybe they should be a little bit higher. But
Sam Burgess.
I don't know with Lee. Well, no, I think the thing with Lee is I don't know. Is Anley going to have the same season he had last season, or was that one of the things? Time will tell.
There's so much noise about Tessinu.
Everything with Tessinu going on at the minute, I know some Lee fans are actually really upset that the club's kind of kept him and stuff, so there's all that going on a bit in the background. I know they say, it doesn't affect us, but it does.
It does.
But I will say there's always stuff going on at Lee.
I think
always noise.
I think they're quite dependent on, and I get, you can say it's about nearly any team, but I think if there is an injury long term to a Lamb or any Pape, I think that could derail the season for a bit.
Or even off and go.
So I think they are reliant on a good, for you, like star players where depth could be an issue. And maybe I shouldn't be playing this in, thinking, they could get an injury.
Would you not argue that for all of that top 7 though?
Well, you take the 2 best players out of any team in the league.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean by that. That's what I mean.
I look and I go, Pape, they've now got a better 9 on the bench, I think, in Liam Horn. We'll give Pape more rest. I think if Armstrong can stay fit.
All of a sudden, if Lamb's injured, you bring in O'Brien instead of
Ben McNamara.
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe.
I don't think Lockie Lamb's going to get 44
What
tries.
the team we've not talked about, the only team we've not talked about is Leeds, around us.
I've gone 4th.
I went 3rd.
I think I had him 4th as well. Last trip I remember. Yeah, I had him. Did I have him 4th? I had him 5th.
Vegas.
I had him 5th. Probably Vegas for reasons.
I think Vegas. I think
I think they might
get a cup me.
I think they might get to Wembley.
I think they'll target the cup me. Win something. Not won anything for a long time.
Did it? Yeah. Remember what we did in 2022 where we targeted the cup.
I'm also going to say something, about Lee, which is part of the reason I think they'll go second, is I think they'll want a week off. They've never had that week off going into the playoffs. And I think they'll do everything for that early, get as many points on the board.
What do you mean you get first round bye?
First round bye and a home tie.
At Leopard's Den.
They've never had that home tie.
If you finish second, all you have to do is, and I say all you have to do is win a game at the Leopard's Den and you get to Old Trafford. And then it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Finishing second is a big deal. And first, obviously.
I think it's going to be exciting. And I'm so glad we're talking about a battle of the top six. A battle for them teams who want to be breaking into it. And even though we've all agreed on what we think our bottom five is, there are going to be games where they play each other each week.
Oh, yeah.
Two of them are going to be playing most weeks against each other, picking points up against each other. I don't think it's going to be as clear cut as, last year, the bottom two. And then cast by themselves, and then...
It might be like that, but I don't think it will.
But I think you get a bottom five, is what I'm really hoping for, where they're actually... like a relegation battle we get in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But where you come to the end of it in September, at the end of September, start of October, and you go, you know what, they all deserve to be in Super League next year.
Yeah.
They all fought for it. Someone finished bottom, obviously, because they have to, but it was close. There's all five of them deserve to be in next year.
That's what I hope.
And then, you can add London.
Yeah, can't disagree. I'm going to say, we'll put a post out, send us what you think your 1 to 14 is. We'll do that in the next couple of days.
Yeah. We
We'll
might do a poll on who's got the best squad, Castle or Bradford.
Yeah.
Good question, isn't it?
Be interesting, that. That'd be a great season for Bradford if they could finish 10th.
Yeah.
If any one of them promoted teams could finish 3 or 4 places
Well, if any of the promoted teams don't finish bottom, it's a decent season.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It'll be a decent season for
And
two of them.
if they beat, but if they finish above any of the Super League sides from 2025, that's an amazing season.
I can just see Bradford up turning one of the top teams over at home.
Oh, I can see all of them turning the top team over at home. That always happens, doesn't it?
Is it bad to say that, we have historically always given 2 points to the newly promoted side, and this year there's 3 of them?
Are you saying we're
Doesn't
12 points down already?
We're going to give 6 points.
Doesn't bode well, does it?
It's a good point.
No, we won't. I'm joking.
It's a good point. We needed a drop goal to beat Toulouse last time. Do you remember that week?
I remember not being able to watch it and someone live streamed it on Facebook. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, Callum.
No,
He went, didn't he?
I can't remember who it was, but I remember watching it on Facebook live and it was bouncing up and down and I couldn't see what was going on.
And then the week after, we stayed in France all that week, and then Kid Ellis headbutted someone, and we lost however many nil.
Yeah, bad times.
That was that sound.
Sort of blocked that out. Right.
Sorry. We have not necessarily travelled to France that well, but the last couple of years we have.
The big thing is we're only going there twice. In past years anyway, we've gone there twice anyway.
Yeah.
With loop fixtures. So we're no worse off than anything. You expect to probably win one, lose one.
Then you should beat them at home.
And beat them at home.
Yeah.
You play the French teams 4 times and you win 3 out of 4.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably should be happy with that. It's going to be interesting. There's always something. Everyone's sat here now, we talked about it before, everyone's sat here thinking so optimistic. But ultimately, there's only...
The extra game.
There's 7 games.
The extra game a week.
Points every week.
Is it going to be on television?
I think so. It'll be on that.
The French team.
Sky Sports Plus.
I don't know if it will. I think the 6 games in England will be on Sky Sports Plus, and the French team, whoever's at home, might not be.
That'd be interesting.
I think that game has been picked up. That 7th game has been picked up by French TV and not necessarily by Sky. I hope it has, because I'd love to watch 7 games a weekend, plus all the NRL that we watch. It's so close. We are so close to Thursday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, Super Saturday, Saturday afternoon, just Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon.
Our group chat just going off saying, what a finish. I can't believe he's dropped that.
Hammer.
Why would he not just kick a 40-20 in? As if, like, I can do that.
2-point field goal.
Yeah.
2-point field goal incoming.
Just set up and knock it home.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it?
We don't know what's to come yet.
No.
Everything's going to change with injuries and cocaine scandals and whatever else. You name it.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going there in this podcast.
There's a scandal every year.
Oh, there's a scandal every year.
There's always a scandal.
You know what we need to do? We need to go back through and write what the scandal was. Because in our first year of the podcast, it was Ken Seal falling in that pothole.
No, that wasn't the biggest
we
scandal.
had three Catalan players get sacked for throwing a sickie and going to a concert or something.
That was that's been the second year of the podcast. 2025, it was Barbecue Gate.
Barbecue Gate. Well, would the first year have been why I win the league 10 games in? Daz Powell being held hostage in the
Red Lion Library.
No, you remember him sat at when they got beat up.
Oh, in the gantry, he just sat there.
Just dunk, yeah.
Staring down to that glass.
Was that magician that stuck himself in the box for a month? What was his name?
David Blaine,
Was it David Blaine? I can't remember. That was the
That was me.
just got stuck in that box.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Can't wait for whatever controversy is going to happen this year.
Something scandalous, won't there?
Someone will get sacked or...
And I tell you what, no matter what scandal it is, it'll be the first thing on front of Sky Sports News.
The missing persons case as well of Jordan Abdul over the past few years. They're playing for Witness.
Yeah.
Control of the house.
Yeah. We've seen a few things in this funny old game.
There was a 3-week period where there was one every week. Ken Seal fell in a pothole.
That bull got loose.
The bull got loose. There was definitely a third one on that. There was a series of 3. I can't remember what the third one was, but that was definitely a mad time.
You know what, we might put that out, what controversy is going to hit rugby league this year.
Yeah, like Radio Rufus does the predictions.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it at the end of the year. I think there might be like a high-profile assassination attempt on Big Nige. Against Big Nige.
Derek Beaumont might actually refuse to turn up to a game.
Could Derek Beaumont put a longer post out than Ticketgate?
A Super League second rower, import second rower, to be caught at the centre of an illegal cockroach fighting league.
Yeah, well, Gareth Rayner's selling illegal printering.
That's such a blast from the past. I'd forgotten about that.
Gareth Rayner said illegal printing.
Yeah,
Have I missed something?
I think he did prison time.
For selling illegal printing. What was it, a pack of a wagon or
No,
something?
it was off the back of a wagon, I think. Oh, this is all allegedly.
Then he punched Sam, didn't he? Like, for season back, just as he scored. Yeah.
Do you remember when Cass signed Dwayne Chambers? That's a blast from the past, the British sprinter. It was probably about that time when Gareth Rayner was knocking people out and selling his printer ink.
Yeah.
There's going to be something. There'll be a catfish or a pyramid scheme, or there's going to be something
Joe
ridiculous.
Westerman.
Joe Westerman, yeah, that was on the eve of the season.
Monaghan.
Joe Monaghan, that was before he came, though.
Yeah,
That's why he came.
James
Westerman's was a bad one, wasn't it?
Westerman.
Eve of the season.
Yeah.
We've got a funny old game, haven't we?
Well, so I think it's. I don't know.
Send in the strange thing that you think is going to happen.
Someone's getting catfished, or Cade Ellis pyramid scheme. That was last year.
Oh, Cade Ellis was involved in Trent Merrin's.
Cade Ellis got done by Trent
Cryptocurrency,
Merrin's
wasn't it?
crypto pyramid scheme.
What a game. You don't get this in any other
The thing
sport.
is,
do you?
it's a high level sport with incredible athletes, and yet it's run like the Phoenix Club. And so you get stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's played by real working class northern men.
I'll tell you what, which one I missed? Remember Featherstone Order trying to hit that bloke with an hammer?
That was allegedly as well.
Allegedly, sorry.
Allegedly.
We have a funny old game,
Yeah.
and it's the one we all love. On that note, I think that's the perfect note to end it on.
Sign off there.
Yeah. Right, this time next week we'll come back with the first competitive game
Yes,
of the
we'll have
season.
played Rochdale.
Yeah, we're there on
Got
Sunday.
beat Rochdale.
Got big Rochdale.
Got beat Greece.
Got big Greece.
Yeah, we obviously been asked to lose about Wayne stepping down. That's for another podcast.
Did we talk about Wayne's dipping down?
Don't think we've talked about it.
I don't think we have.
Oh.
I've got no time now. That'll be next week. That'll be in the news
If
section.
you didn't
next week.
know, Sean Wayne has stepped down as England coach.
I suppose we'll have to wait until the new one gets announced and then we can discuss the
Mm.
whole thing. Wayne go in, the new guy coming in, whenever it gets announced.
Yeah. And
Gareth Rain for me.
Yeah.
Print off his team sheet.
Yeah. Prints off thoughts of the opposition to that. Passes through or something.
I tell you what, you give it away when he started
Bullseyes
printing
on
them in
there.
colour.
Mm.
And on that note, I think it's time to finish. Matty and Lewis, thank you for coming on. Been a great first episode. And we'll see you next week.